We've seen a 1.5-minute trailer, but, you know, that doesn't really tell you much. And Rosie's in it, so that's what has piqued a lot of people's interest, including mine. I think it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. And the fact that it makes Chantal so bothered it makes it even more interesting.
Quit your crying and take ownership of your own life, Rosie.
Okay, Stefan Wilhelmi, an individual, and Pearadise LLC, a Nevada limited liability company, are the plaintiffs, versus Kimberly Ann Howder and John Doe Howder, wife and husband, Alejandra Javier and John Doe Javier. So they don't want the husband's names included in this suit. Savannah Brown and John Doe Brown, wife and husband. Monica Sandu and John Doe Sandu, wife and husband. Sadie Paisley Doe and John Doe Paisley, wife and husband. Doe defendants 1 through 10 inclusive, and Roe defendants 1 through 10 inclusive. Okay, interesting. Response in opposition to motion to dismiss. All right. So the defendants submitted a request to dismiss the case. Like, oh, you have no legal grounds for bringing this. This is whatever. So this is in response to that. Okay. Introduction. Ooh. You want to get all in? Should we? Why not? What else are we doing? Nothing. If you got stuff to do, it's fine. You know, we'll catch you another time. This is kind of my jam, though, so I can be here all day doing this. Okay. Introduction. Plaintiffs, by and through counsel, hereby respond in opposition to the defendant's anti-SLAPP special motion to dismiss, and hereby incorporate by reference the sworn declarations and additional evidence attached thereto. So it's the plaintiff, it's Stefan and Pearadise, responding to the defendant saying, dismiss this case, this is dumb, okay? The defendant, TikTokers, are asking this court to allow their trial by public opinion to continue and to strip plaintiffs of their due process right to adjudicate their claims in court instead of on TikTok. Okay, so his lawyer is saying, like, yeah, they want us to drop the case, but they're going to continue to gossip about us on TikTok. So don't dismiss the case. This is Stefan's attorney. Defendants desperately want the likes and follows associated with their smear campaign to grow. To wit, they shamelessly ask this court to allow them to continue to falsely accuse Mr. Wilhelmi of one of the most heinous crimes on earth. RAPE, without any consequences. Defendants want to convict Mr. Wilhelmi of RAPE in the court of public opinion, social media, and want this court to endorse their conduct by dismissing this case at the pleading stage. Okay. So, dismiss the case. All the girls are like, yeah, he's suing us, and no, he shouldn't be. And we're asking for this to be dismissed. And his lawyer is like, yeah, they only want us to dismiss it so they can, like, you know, continue to call him a perpetrator online without him defending himself, basically. Okay. As alleged in the complaint, defendants are leveraging an ongoing social media campaign with persuasive sexual assault, SA, and Me Too propaganda to entice the public with clickbait styled reporting, to polarize the public, and implant false statements about plaintiffs into their minds. As alleged in the complaint, defendants' false SA statements are based on spin doctoring, not facts. The defendant TikTokers knew that by publicly and falsely accusing Mr. Wilhelmi of RAPE, that their audience would be triggered by buzzwords, not the facts, evidence, or the law. This court should not reward the defendant's egregious smear campaign by dismissing this case. After peeling back the layers of rhetoric and unsupported conclusions within the motion, defendants' arguments are exposed and fail as a matter of law because, 1, None of the defendants can meet their burden of showing by a preponderance of the evidence that the claim is based upon a good faith communication in furtherance of the right to petition or the right to free speech in direct connection with an issue of public concern. So this is a statute, Nevada state statute, and the preponderance of the evidence would indicate this is all civil. This is an entirely civil lawsuit, and they have not asked criminal charges to be pressed for this. This is entirely civil, according to his lawyer. But they may have. 2, even if each defendant can meet their lofty statutory burden, plaintiff's complaint cannot be dismissed because they have demonstrated with prima facie, which is on its face, evidence of like on its face is like it's Latin, but it's like just looking at it on its face. Is there anything to this? Is there any merit to this? They have demonstrated with prima facie evidence of a probability of prevailing on the claim. Plaintiffs respectfully request that the court dismiss the frivolous motion, which is the motion to dismiss, and award the plaintiffs their attorney's fees and costs an additional $10,000 pursuant to this Nevada state statute. So not only is he saying, yeah, you should not accept their motion to dismiss. In fact, you should just award us by default. Like pay for the attorney's fees, the costs, and give us $10,000. Okay. So here's the argument. Memorandum of Points and Authorities. The anti-SLAPP statute. I forget exactly what this stands for. Let me look it up. It's a big thing in California. They have very strong anti-SLAPP laws. It has to do with defamation. Strategic lawsuits against public participation is anti-SLAPP. Okay. Provides a procedural mechanism to dismiss meritless lawsuits that a party initiates primarily to chill a defendant's exercise of his or her First Amendment speech rights before incurring the costs of litigation. Stubbs versus Strickland. Thus, the meritorious claims must proceed. So they're using anti-SLAPP as a reason for this to be dismissed. The court must undertake a two-prong analysis, as in like a fork. Dun, dun, dun! Remember? Hey, we have legal issues with forks on this channel. See how it continues to come up here and there? Yeah, the fork. Do we still have a fork emoji? Yes, we do. Thank you, Ashley. All right. That's from the Kuwait days. Okay. Determine whether the moving party, which is the defendant, as established by a preponderance of the evidence, that the claim preponderance of the evidence is the same as what can I think of? Beyond a reasonable doubt. It's the same. It's similar to beyond a reasonable doubt, which is used in a criminal case. Preponderance of the evidence is used in civil cases and has a lower burden of evidence needed. Okay. Like you need more evidence to convict for a criminal case, and it has to be what I just said, which I already forgot. Okay. 51%. Okay. Only if the first prong is met does the inquiry move to the second prong, where the burden shifts to the plaintiff to show with prima facie evidence of probability of prevailing on the claim. So this didn't get dismissed. He won this one, right? A defendant's false statements do not meet the first prong requirements. Therefore, their motion must be denied. Yeah, they don't have anti-SLAPP protection. Okay. Defendant's statements were not made in direct connection with an issue of public interest as required under Shapiro. Okay, this is a Nevada statute. Although what constitutes a public interest is defined broadly, because sometimes, I mean, You can be warning people out there. Like, look, this is in the public's interest. People need to know about this person, that they're potentially a problem, a big problem, and it's in the public's interest to know about this. That could be a defense against a defamation suit. Like, look, we're telling people because people should know about this person. Forks protect Americans, and you're tired of other countries pressing their anti-fork rhetoric onto us? I mean, hey, live and let live, I say. I like to use forks. Not everyone does. Okay, it's up to you. I don't care what other people do in their homes with their forks. Okay, I use a fork, Okay, so the defendants utterly failed to engage in any analysis of the 5 Shapiro factors. Okay. I don't know what the Shapiro factors are in the state of Nevada. It doesn't really matter right now. Okay. But basically, it doesn't serve the public interest. They said public interest does not equate with mere curiosity. Okay. A matter of public interest should be of something of concern to a substantial number of people. A matter of concern to a speaker and a relatively small specific audience is not a matter of public interest. Okay. You gonna take me camping in the desert when I reach 20K? Are you gonna off me when we get out there? Ah! Are you gonna bury me under a pile of dirt and sand? May this kind of love never find any of you. Okay, number 3. Oh, are these the 5 factors? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. There should be some degree of closeness between the challenged statements and the asserted public interest. The assertion of a broad and amorphous public interest is not sufficient. Basically, stop talking about me, stop lying about me, because the public at large doesn't need to know that I've touched you. Okay. If you go to the Pearadise website, the whole thing is, oh, well, I've been to their website. Oh, is it under, like, accusations, I think? A person cannot turn focus of the speaker's conduct should be the public interest rather than a mere effort to gather ammunition for another round of private controversy. Yes. Okay. You're too lazy to off anyone? Hide in the bushes like Squeaky. There is a YouTube channel also. Yeah. A person cannot turn otherwise private information into a matter of public interest simply by communicating it to a large number of people. That makes sense. That does make sense. Okay. Here under factor 1, mere curiosity of what transpires in Wilhelmie's private home between 4 or 5 adults. Damn, is that a polycule? 4 or 5 adults? Are they all consenting? Well, the girls are saying, I don't think they're saying it was. Okay, so that's not a public interest. Under factor 2, what transpires in Wilhelmie's private home is not something of concern to a substantial number of people. But I would argue, and I'm no one's attorney, I don't have a law degree, but I would argue that it could be potentially because he wants to recruit women to go to this house. This isn't necessarily like a completely private home where there's just like family members and roommates. No, he recruits large women to come stay with him for a reason. Mm-hmm. There are children present sometimes? Okay, I didn't know that. All right. Concerns over who has extended a private invitation to his home and what happens there can only be a matter of concern to a speaker and a relatively small specific audience. I mean, yes, women over 500 pounds, supposedly, but how do you quantify how large that audience is? How do you quantify that? Okay. Under factor 3, the challenge statements that he essayed Savvy and Ally is light years away from the public interest. Defendants assert a significant issue of public interest, namely a pattern of allegations of essay against a public figure. The alleged concern over the so-called pattern is precisely the type of broad and amorphous public interest that is not sufficient. I disagree. And I haven't even seen them, but I would say if he if he has done this, I do think that people should know about it. But I guess, there hasn't been a criminal conviction. I don't think he was tried or prosecuted, not that I know of. Under factors 4 and 5, the defendant's speaker's conduct here is purely a character assassination against Wilhelmi by 4 individuals who are engaged in a mere effort to gather ammunition for another round of private controversy. What page are we on? Okay, I just want to see. What was the date on this? 2021. Holy crap. 2021. So this has been ongoing for a while. Okay. Oh, I want to see more. Defendant's false statements were not made in good faith because the false allegations are not true and contradictory evidence shows the defendants knew the statements were false. Oh, what is this? Oh, we're getting into the BBW stuff. Let's skip down to here. Okay. Plaintiff's conduct did not occur in connection with his position as the founder of the Pearadise Discord. Although defendants try and use sensationalism to baselessly describe a salacious purpose of the Pearadise Discord, I feel like Discord should be capitalized. I don't know. It was founded as a way to promote body positivity and to connect like-minded people in the BBW community of all race, size, age, or gender. Plaintiff did not create the BBW community. The BBW community was around long before plaintiff created the Pearadise Discord. At the very most, it could be argued that the SA allegations were of interest to members of the Pearadise Discord who intended to meet or have met plaintiff in person. However, this does not make it a public interest just because they talked about it on TikTok. Okay? And if you're unaware, which I doubt anyone is, but just in case, BBW is an acronym for Big Beautiful Women. And Stefan is into SSBBW, which is supersized Big Beautiful Women. He has 5-year-old twins with a woman who lived in the house a couple years ago. One child was shown in Playroom on TikTok. Okay, interesting. Everything has to be defined in motions, and everything has to be any kind of acronym. You can't assume that people know. Okay. Members do not join the Pearadise Discord to have relations with or even meet the plaintiff. They're not joining for the sake of eggplant, is what he's saying. Now, what happens when they actually get there? We don't know. We don't know. And I talked to my mom about this Pearadise thing, and she said, is he having sex with all of the women? And I'm like, I really don't know. I don't know, maybe. Well, I guess we're going to find out. Did Pearadise House make content? Yes. Yes, they do. They were live as recent as 2 weeks ago. And I watched the past 3 live streams. And in the past 3 live streams, the woman who is no longer with us was still alive and coughing in the background. So this happened very, very recently that she passed. Very recently. Now, if you don't know what I mean by eggplant, because not everyone does, by eggplant, I mean dick. That's way too low. By eggplant, I mean dick. That's what I mean when I say eggplant. Okay? What are they doing all day? Eating, basically. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I would assume mostly eating. But they hang out. They hang out. They go in the pool. They have an indoor pool. Defendants argue. Aubergine, same thing. Same thing. Defendants argue that their false statements are protected. Oh, wait. Sorry, okay. Members join the Pearadise Discord to connect with other people in the BBW community who understand what it's like to be a big, beautiful woman and those who appreciate and praise the figures of big, beautiful women. Okay? So their false statements were not made in good faith because they're not true, yada, burden shifting. Okay, defendants cannot show that their statements that he committed essay against them are truthful. However, he can easily demonstrate by a preponderance of the evidence that their statements are false. How do you prove that something didn't happen? How do you do that? How do you prove that? Proof he does the deed with the ones in the house. The girls in the house have videos on X. Oh, don't show them on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Rybax. I appreciate that. So there's adult content available. Okay. All right. So prong 1 of the Shapiro thing was not met. Okay. It's not a matter of the public interest. Defendant incorrectly states that defendants Ms. Brown and Ms. Sandhu both made statements that Mr. Wilhelmi had SA'd them during an April visit to the Las Vegas home. This is a complete lie. Lies. Defendants fail to cite anywhere in the evidentiary record where Ms. Sandhu claims she was SA'd or that she even visited his home. Defendant Sandhu has never claimed that she was SA'd or that she has even been to his home. Nor does her unsworn statement say this. Third, defendants Savvy and Allie rest on their unsworn statements for the proposition that they were SA'd and they believe their statements to be truthful. Savvy claims there were multiple instances of Wilhelmi touching her, spanking her butt, caressing her stomach without her consent, and that she believed he SA'd her by touching her in a sexual manner without her consent. Similarly, Allie claims that he touched her stomach. Oh, he's into stomachs like Emily. Okay. Never asked for consent, and that she felt that he SA'd her by touching her in a sexual manner without her consent. However, the court must consider the contradictory evidence in the record before determining whether the defendants have met their burden, which they need to if they're accusing that in some way. Okay. Okay. These are they're specifying that these are unsworn statements, that they didn't swear to, that they were telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, in their accusations. Numerous females who were either physically present during the physical contact or who spoke to both Savvy and Allie about their gripes have declared under the penalty of perjury, which is sworn. You're sworn in. So the ladies who made the accusations weren't sworn at this time of their statements, unsworn statements. But there are women were sworn in and declared under the penalty of perjury that there was no SA or non-consensual touching. Period. Oh, period. He said period. 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 Okay. I've never seen that in a legal document. All right. Okay. In stark contrast with the witnesses described consensual and mutual physical contact, the welcoming of smacking butts, including Savvy herself smacking witness Cassandra Paredes' butt so hard that it echoed even on the surveillance camera's audio. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It echoed on camera. It echoed. Echo, 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 echo. In Nevada, SA doesn't have the same meaning. Groping or touching doesn't count. Only physical. Oh, really? Only. That's very sad. Okay. Huh. There was smacking butts in the trailer, yeah. But I don't know about the echoing one. The defendants never claimed or believed they were SA'd, RAPED, touched non-consensually, or even made uncomfortable at any time during their stay. Sir? Oh, sir. Instead, the evidence showed that they both enjoyed themselves for 9 to 10 more days in his home, despite having the ability to leave in a van parked in the garage or with an Uber or a Lyft, and despite having the opportunity to not come back after they both left on their own to get tattoos together. Okay, We could talk. I don't really want to make that a topic on this channel, because that can go in all kinds of places, like the behavior of a victim after an assault. Okay. It's not always going to appear logical. Okay. The accusation of SA is an actionable statement of fact, not an opinion. Actionable means that I can sue you for that. I can sue you for that if you accuse me of SA and I didn't do it. I can sue you. Okay. Yeah, let me just bring up his website and see what he has to say, because this is like 5 years ago. Let's see what's been happening recently with Stefan. Because I did see like an allegations link. This page exists to collect the relevant timeline, public context, selected materials, and documented records relating to allegations made about Stefan, Wilhelmi, Pearadise, and the Pearadise community. The goal of this page is not to inflame, attack, or make conclusions for the reader. It is intended to present a documented account, organized chronologically, so that the interested readers can review the available materials and form their own understanding. Well, I'm not going to buy that 100%. This is your website, sir. Okay? Well, I don't think it's going to be completely 100% objective. But whatever. Okay. It is chronic. Okay. Some sections below summarize public statements, legal filings, private communications, and recordings. Where possible, the focus is kept on what can be directly seen, heard, dated, or compared. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, everybody, if you're enjoying our little foray into the legal realm today, please hit the like button. Thank you. Okay. An overview. Okay. All right. We can do that. Overview. Okay. Most of them, let me get it all on the screen for you. Okay. All right. An ultra short timeline. Okay. The following is a condensed timeline intended to provide a high-level overview. More detailed context and supporting materials appear in the sections below. Okay, that's pretty organized. All right. During the 2020 COVID lockdown, body-positive content posted on TikTok began gaining attention and community support. Hey, not Jeb Bush. A Discord community was opened in July 2020 and grew rapidly alongside an increasingly active Las Vegas-based social circle. After the TikTok account was removed, he kept getting his accounts removed for sexual content. A new account continued under the Pearadise name. In April 2021, several community members visited Las Vegas after weeks of prior communication, including casual and at times flirtatious exchanges. Weeks after the visit, public criticism and allegations began appearing on TikTok and later spread more widely. Weeks after, okay. A lawsuit was filed in response to statements believed to be false and damaging. He sued them. The case did not proceed to a full evidentiary phase. Oh. Was it dismissed or did he drop it? Do we know? The materials below are presented as part of the documented record, including messages, call recordings, court excerpts, CCTV footage, and third-party reporting. Okay. Context and background. Pearadise began as a body-positive online and offline community built around acceptance, friendship, and a judgment-free social space. As the community grew, no pun intended, I added that part, it expanded from TikTok and Discord into real-world gatherings. It was dismissed. With or without prejudice, do we know offhand? I'm not expecting you to know all the answers to this. I'm just curious, in case anyone does know. Okay. The allegations that later appeared publicly developed against that background. Awesome, sunny days. What allegations were made? Okay, at a certain point, a TikTok account operating under the name Piggy Stardust began publishing a large number of videos about Stefan, Wilhelmi, and Pearadise community. Over time, this grew into hundreds of videos containing various claims about the Discord community, the Las Vegas gatherings, and the broader environment around Pearadise. In response to those statements, a lawsuit was filed alleging libel, slander, and defamation. He filed that lawsuit. This is very passive voice, but he filed that lawsuit. The purpose of that action was to challenge statements believed to be false and damaging and to seek a formal legal review. Okay. The sections below provide context, public record excerpts, selected evidence, and independent reporting so that readers can review the material directly. Excellent. Perspective and purpose of this page. Allegations of abuse, especially of a sexual nature, are extremely serious. We agree. They deserve to be taken seriously and examined carefully. At the same time, such allegations can also carry significant consequences when they are repeated publicly without full context or when the surrounding documentation is not reviewed. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, you can't just go around saying it if it didn't happen, of course. From Stefan's perspective, the allegations that were made do not accurately reflect what actually occurred. Over time, the spread of those claims led to harassment, threats, and reputational harm affecting not only him, but also people close to him and members of the Pearadise community. Okay. So, it's putting a stain on the big girl house, and he didn't like that because the big girls didn't want to go there anymore. They're like, what? Are we going to be safe there? These other girls are saying that you're not safe when you go. Okay. And he didn't like that because he's like, no, I need more. More women. The purpose of this page is not to attack individuals, but to provide documentation, context, and evidence so that anyone interested can review the materials and form their own understanding. Okay, right. The judge sided with the defendants, dismissing all claims under the state's anti-SLAPP law and awarding the women their costs and attorney fees. Okay. Interesting. Thank you, Tina T. Okay. Timeline of the visit and a later change in tone. Before meeting in Las Vegas, a small group of individuals interacted frequently online through private Discord channels, group chats, and video calls. Oh, I bet those video calls were nasty. Thank you, Maeve. I'm glad you're... Hey, this is my thing. I love this. Okay, I don't want to listen to Chantal pass gas and, it's boring. Repetitive. Okay. Communication included casual conversations and at times flirtatious or suggestive remarks initiated by various participants. So it wasn't just him being a creep. The girls got a little flirty as well. Okay. ALR, she gets pretty thirsty, Yeah. You guys find this interesting? Awesome. Good. Thank God. Okay. During the visit, the group spent time together in a social setting, including group activities at the house, the pool, and outings outside the home. Based on Stefan's recollection and the materials presented here, interactions during the visit were group-based and social in nature. So there was no one-on-one. There was no... come into my lair, social and group-based. Okay, we're all just hanging out as one big group. After returning home, communication initially remained casual and positive. You like it too, Adriana? Great. Several weeks later, the tone shifted. Isn't that interesting? We've seen this happen with Chantal. You guys will have to, I'm sure we've seen it with ALR. I can't think of a specific, I don't really watch her, but I'm sure it has. Okay, the girls do seem to think about things later and kind of change the story sometimes. So this isn't all that surprising. I don't know why that happens, but okay. Several weeks later, the tone shifted, public criticism appeared, and concerns were raised in a way that differed from earlier interactions during and immediately after the trip. Hey, Tejancita. Okay, so then they went on TikTok and they were like, oh my God, this guy SA'd us. A lot. They said it, kept repeating it to the point where he had to sue them, he felt. Okay. Legal response and public proceedings. Because of the seriousness of the claims, the response moved into formal legal channels. The case and the materials surrounding it later became a part of the public record. Okay. Legal proceedings. Here's what happened. An attorney with experience in defamation-related matters was retained after the allegations began appearing publicly on TikTok. Damn TikTok. Initial cease and desist communications did not resolve the matter privately. You got to be careful with cease and desist because sometimes it can escalate a situation. I sent one and it escalated once. Not anything social media, YouTube, nothing like not related to any of that. But like it should be a warning to some people, but some people see it as a challenge and they just escalate even more. Some of those communications were later shared publicly online. Okay. A formal complaint was then filed in court. The purpose of the lawsuit was to address statements believed to be false and damaging and to seek a legal review of the situation, right? The matter later involved anti-slap, my ex? No. My ex? My ex? No. No, it wasn't romantic related at all. Okay. The case did not proceed to a full evidentiary phase, which limited the extent to which certain prepared materials could be formally examined in that process. Okay, it can definitely backfire. Yeah. Use of terminology and interpretation. You are a detractor, huh? You're a distractor. Okay, one of the central issues in this situation is how certain terms are used and interpreted in different contexts. In communication theory, there can be a significant difference between the message as intended and message received, of course. Of course. How certain terms are used and interpreted, yeah. Like texting, you can always misinterpret what someone's tone is, yeah, of course. Terms such as SA can carry highly different meanings. Okay. Depending on whether they are being used in a strict legal context or more broadly in social or online discussion. This makes me look at him extremely sus. Sus. On social media, that distinction is not always made clearly. Okay. And this is on his website, and he wrote this and approved this to go on his website. So, I mean, a lot of us know a little bit about statement analysis. This, to me, is leaking guilt. He's like, well, it depends how you put it. Like, did I slap your ass or did I spank it? Those are different things. Like, no, they're not really. Not really, sir. On social media, that distinction is not always made clearly, and audiences may interpret the same word very differently. Plus, English is not his first language. He's from Germany. So that's another thing to consider potentially. The materials on this page are therefore presented to provide additional context. Right, he's already said this. So readers can compare public descriptions, private communications, recordings, and contemporaneous footage rather than relying on a single summary or label. Excellent. I would ask for that anyway if someone was making a series, and I do that all the time. It doesn't matter who brings it to me or who it's about. There needs to be some evidence. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Evidence and documented materials. Oops. The following items. Oh, he's very organized. I'll give him that. Following items are presented in a documentation first format. They include screenshots, videos, call recordings, excerpts from filings, and contemporaneous footage. The intent is to present the material and allow readers to examine it directly. Okay. This is a video? Oh my goodness. Can I go full screen or? Oh my God. Wait. You guys got to see this up close. The it says the message is to Porky. TTZ Porky. Porky. Oh, how am I going to do this? I just want you to really be able to see what I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, open. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. I'm not listening to that music. This is only 1 minute long. Okay. Yikes. Wow. Didn't expect all this today, but hey, I'm here for it. I was going to look at it eventually anyway. Okay. Stephen W.Y. in Pearadise, Nevada. Is this Facebook? This is Facebook. Okay. Oh, this is not good for you, sir. So he took a screenshot of messages, and you can see under this black writing, there are circles where would be people's profile pictures. So he covered this up with a black box and text over it. Okay. So it says, I am still being molested almost daily by random strangers, all because I once let the wrong people into my life and into my house. After leaving, they came up with allegations that would ruin anyone's life. At the time, I tried to sue for slander and defamation as anyone would have done. This person, it's Cyrillic text, so I can't read it. You're a predator, bro. Don't think people forgot. Someone replied, he is. Okay. I wasn't prepared for them willing to commit crimes and lie under oath. Well, your own attorney said that they were unsworn statements, so they were not lying under oath. Here is the story of the ultimate betrayal in 9 screenshots. See yourself. And then this down here says, think I filmed with her. The ultimate betrayal in 9 screenshots. How do you come back from life-ruining allegations when they are bogus? Proving your innocence is next to impossible, especially in a world where people blindly believe anything they see without asking for proper proof. Okay? This is Pork Chop, aka Porky, aka Alexandria Gilland. Okay, Alex. Porky, Pork Chop. So she's got a photo of herself here, and it says, assaulted by Pearadise 1. Okay. Let me see, what did he... Ugh, this is rough. It says, Wilhelmi sexually SA'd me by having sex with me twice while I was at his home in 2021. What is this case number? Let me write this down quickly so I can look it up, because we don't have this yet. This is the declaration of Pork Chop. Case number A-21-837173-C. Okay. So these are her allegations. This is from Pork Chop. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, this goes pretty deep, huh? Okay. Does she want to be called Pork Chop? Okay, what does this say? I declare under penalty of perjury under the law of the state of Nevada that the foregoing is true and correct. Okay, that is a sworn statement. This right here. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine wanting to be called Porky? Oh boy, what's this? Okay. TTZ Amanda. What is TTZ? He used that for Porky also. The name up top. TTZ Amanda. What is TTZ? Okay. Okay, so he's in blue. Okay, and the girl, Amanda, is in black. She says, what to come? God, this is so tiny. Okay. What to come? With a peach emoji. You know what the peach means. You know what that means. He says, what do you mean? What is coming? She says, LOL, we're drunk. Do you want to come? He says, oh no, I'm about to go to bed, with a tongue sticking out. Yeah, right. She says, LOL, the girls want to hook up with you. Do you want to come over, Ashley? And me and Pork Chop. Pork Chop. And then there's a banana emoji, a peach emoji, and an eggplant emoji. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mothman says, in all seriousness, it seems like he hones in women with deep-seated vulnerabilities, and that is a predator, in my opinion. You know, there's definitely, like in the trailer, I think it was in the trailer, they mentioned that the women are half his age. That's one of the issues. That's one of the power, disparities where, he might have a perceived level of power over them. But definitely also women who may have a lower than average self-esteem and maybe haven't been doted on by men and desired. So this puts them in a unique situation for them. Okay. So we got banana, peach, eggplant. And then March 26, 2021. Okay, so she first texted him at 12:53 in the morning. It's like just after almost 1 a.m. Okay. So that was a peach call, I think. Okay. So then that night at 5 o'clock, do you want me to text Destiny to come over at 8 tonight? Okay. I do like to read screenshots. Sometimes they can be pretty juicy, like a peach. You know what I mean? Okay. This is from Porky now. Okay, Porky says, see it says TTZ Porky. This is March 30th, 2021 at 5:04 in the morning. Are you asleep? Okay, he's in the green this time. Can I come to your room? Will that make you uncomfortable? I can sleep somewhere else, but in case you wanted this, I'll find myself to your bed, ? Stefan, ? Can I come find you? I don't mean to be pushy. I just like to cuddle. And then this is at 5 in the morning. He replies at almost 11 a.m. 6 hours later. 6 hours later. Damn, I'm so sorry I didn't see these last night with a... Oh, shoot. I forgot to pause it. With a crying emoji. Okay. We were past the F out. And then a bunch of laughing emojis. Why is this advancing? Oh, my God. Can we just, please? Can we just? Oh, good Lord. Give me 1 second. Okay. And she says, "Oh, it's okay. What you doing?" She says, "What you doing?" And he said, "Getting up finally," with a rolling, laughing face. Okay. And she said, I don't know why this is continuing to play. And she says, "Den what? DEN." Oh my God. What the heck? Please. "Den what?" "Hungry," he says. "Hungry. I'm hungry." Okay, that's at 11 a.m., March 30th, 2021. Okay. All right. And then he says, "Is Erica on the phone?" And she says, "Yes." "What are you in the mood fors?" He says, "Dunno. Have to see what we have. I know there's leftovers and there's also eggs and bacon." Eggs. She says, I've had 2 giant glasses of water so far. He says, hangover? Question mark. She says, nada. You can't take down the chop, B. You can't take down the chop, B. Her name is Pork Chop. She's not hungover. You can't take down the you can't take down the chop, she said. You can't take down the chop. You can't take down the chop. I wasn't even as wasted as I can get. That was me, still fully comprehensive. Comprehensive. I feel like I need to apologize for not being better, though. Okay, March 30th, 2021, 12:47 in the afternoon. I don't know where you are, but I burnt all the bacon. April 1st, it's 2 days later, 12:33 in the afternoon. Porky, he says with 3 exclamations. Porky! Okay, she says, those both sound good. I definitely want to do this. There's something missing there. He says, okay, cool. She says, has anyone asked you if we've slept together? He says, nope. She says, okay, because of course I've been getting asked and haven't said anything to anyone, but was also just making sure I wasn't saying nothing, and then you were saying something else, LOL. She's like, let's get our story straight. Did we F or not? Oh my God. Can you imagine a whole group of women and this one guy? Oh my God. Hey, the fiend. Yikes. All right. He says, oh, okay, yeah, I don't kiss and tell. I don't kiss and tell. I haven't been asked and haven't told anyone. She says, okay, Paris was fishing, LOL. He says, I'm not surprised. April 2nd, 2021 at 8:17 p.m. Yo, everything okay? Where are you guys at? Okay. I know, I love this. Okay. Okay, this is someone different. This is not Pork Chop. This is now TT Allison Scribner. Allison Scribner. Okay. She says this, Allison Scribner. I don't know who that is. They definitely took advantage of Porky in that instance and how volatile and emotional she is / can be. I fully understand all the issues y'all had with her. It's the same reason I had to get her out of my house. Porky, I thought you said no one can take down the chop. Looks like they're taking you down. She was supposed to stay for a couple of days, which became like a month, not once paying for any of the food or alcohol and making a mess of the house. Typical. Also think it's interesting that when you two hooked up, she told me about it the next day and was all giddy about it, but now is telling people she feels like y'all pressured her into it. Funny how the story changed. He says, oh, about the Discord, the girls saw you in Piggy's live. They literally just booted everyone. Why? And that's all you can see from that. He scratched out who this is from. You can't see it. That person said, I don't know what the hell happened, but I'm so sorry that your account's getting blown up about Porky. Don't mess with Porky. Especially because most of those people didn't witness how Porky was to everyone. I can't believe I'm calling a woman Porky. Just nothing but drama. Now, Porkahontas doesn't sound that bad. It almost sounds like a pretty name compared to being called Porky or Pork Chop. You have done nothing but be welcoming and supportive, and it's completely bullshit. I really want to comment or duet because it makes me pissed off, but I also don't want to add fuel to that fire. Just know you have my support for sure. That was July 9th, 2021 at 6:08 p.m. August 6th at 10:26 a.m., they wrote something and he crosses it out. We can't read it. He responds August 9th, a month after this initial message at 6:09 p.m. I believe that's the plan with an angel emoji. We should be able to figure something out for you. I'm so sorry that last text never sent. Must have gotten a call while I was typing it. Likely story. Stefan. Pork chop is diabolical. Yeah. And that's it. Okay. All right. I'm glad we're getting like the whole... Okay. Okay. Interesting, huh? I mean, I don't know exactly what is going on here, but I'm enjoying learning. I hope you are too. If you are, please hit the thumbs up button. Okay. Conversations. Let me make this. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger. There, that's a little better. Okay. Conversations and messages from Alexandria Gilland, aka Pork Chop. The opening frame contains a text. Okay, so he's explaining what we just saw. The opening frame contains a text message conversation dated March 30th, 2021. In the highlighted exchange, the sender asks whether they can come to Stefan's room and includes language such as, "Will that make you uncomfortable?" and "I don't mean to be pushy." When playing the video, tap to pause. Hey, I tried. It was a little... And read as some of the messages are longer and the video is a slideshow of multiple screenshots. You're familiar with the nickname Pork Chop, Tater Tot? Okay. The full video allows the viewer to see the exchange of messages and context from before public allegations were made. Okay. Evidence 2. Discord conversations prior to the visit. Oh boy. Let's read the description first before we go in. I'm getting hungry. Hungry. I had a Oikos Zero vanilla yogurt with some blueberries. And that's all I've eaten today. It's all I've eaten. And it's almost 3:30 p.m. We need the metadata dump. Yes. Not just selected messages. Yes. It's juicy. You've gone through all the court filings. You're nosy and like to read court stuff to relax. Are you following me on X, Tina T? I think you are. Would you like to send me some links? And we can do that together sometime. Probably not like right now, but you know, at some point. Might be interesting. Or I'm sure that case number that I wrote down will take me places also. Yeah, interesting. The metadata, yeah, we need all of it. We need all the evidence, not just what Stefan wants to show us. We need everything, sir. That's not how the court of law in the United States of America works. We need to know everything. Snack time, get yourself some New York fries. You had protein pretzel chips today? Totally underwhelming. That sucks. I do have hot dogs. Hot dogs, yum. Okay. Conversations before and after the visit from Savannah Brown, also known as Savvy. Okay, you're full of meat? Nice. TMI. Okay. This screenshot shows a group conversation in a Discord channel prior to the Las Vegas visit. Okay, so they hadn't met up yet. The highlighted message references wanting to come to Vegas and appears to express interest. You stop it. Express interest in what is being discussed in the chat. Okay. The video gives the viewer an insight of the exchange of messages before and after the visit. You're eating a hot dog, Rosebud? Hey, it's Memorial Day. Yeah, if you guys having a cookout, can you throw me a halal wiener? Thanks. Okay, insight of the exchange of messages before and after the visit, before public allegations were made. Okay, all right, that's what we're about to see. Okay. Open. All right, what is this? Oh boy. Goodness. Okay. This is posted, it looks like Instagram, from Spanx Beluga 2.1. Holy crap, I can see her profile picture from here. Oh my god. This is probably an SFW. I'm writing stuff down at this point. Okay, Spanx Beluga 2.1. Well, where's version 1? SSBBW fan 73 is Stefan. That's why I think he's a couple of years older than me, because I think if the 73 is his birth year, which he looks like he's probably about 53-ish. He could definitely be, right? Okay. My stitches need to heal? That's true. That's true. It depends what we're talking about. That's true. You're right. Okay. And it says, sexual predators always being hyped up by dumb women. Women do better. Okay, so Spanx Beluga 2.1. She's involved in the Tommy and Amber story? What? I'm telling you, this is like a huge Pandora's box, I feel like. Like, I feel like there's, like, it's about to bust open. Like, we have only been exposed to narrow parts of this lifestyle. And it's leaking. It's all starting to come out. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Chapter 2 in the series of The Ultimate Betrayal, a story in 14 screenshots. Okay. All right. Interesting. Bigger than we realized, literally and figuratively. Okay. The Ultimate Betrayal Part 2. Let me read what he's got here. How do you come back from life-ruining allegations when they are bogus? Proving your innocence is next to impossible, especially in a world where people blindly believe anything they see without asking for proper proof. It's true. That's why I always ask for proof. Even if I'm 1,000% sure it happened, but, you know, and even if I hate the person that's being accused, you still need to know for sure. You still need the evidence. So people should not get upset when you're asked for evidence. If you're making any kind of an accusation, you should be able to easily provide evidence. And if not, then you're a little sus. My biggest evidence lies in the contradicting stories and blatant discrepancies between their statements and the truth. Okay. All right, Spanx Beluga 2.1. Oh my God. It's gonna be at the top of the screen, her profile picture. Oh my goodness. Is she wearing anything? I can't tell. Oh my God. Okay. Spanx. Okay, so he took a screenshot of her Instagram page. Oh my God. Do I have to follow her? I probably should if I'm gonna cover this. All right. She has 40,000 followers. Okay. Deleted at 24K and 5K. Fatter in real life. Some kind of influencer. Pay for my gym membership. Okay. Then that's what her Instagram says. He says, what could possibly be the reason why someone would not only post such disturbing and, in my opinion, criminal statement, but also call dozens of good friends and decent women dumb for being my friends? Why are people making statements that should land them in prison? Sir, in the United States of America, defamation is not criminally charged. It's a civil thing. No one's going to jail. I have no idea how far people were willing to go in order to push one narrative, including blatant lies in court. See for yourself. Okay, well, all I can see is horizontal stripes and width. I see a lot of, oh my God, thank God he covered this one. There's like 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. The upper right one, it's a good thing he covered that. That's a lot. Okay. You lost internet again, Anna Gags? No. All right. Okay. Spanx Beluga. Okay, what's this? Is this? Oh, this is Savvy. Okay. This is Savvy, aka Sleep. It's a Sleep, THOAT. AKA Savannah Brown. April assaulted by Pearadise and Pearadise 1 and Pearadise 2. Okay. Huh. All right. Discord messages. Okay, we don't know who sent this very top one. Let me pull it up. Okay. LOL. Ha ha ha. JK. But you know what I mean. You're something else. I have to restrain myself and not flirt with a face with a tongue sticking out. Savvy. This is January 25th, 2021. Savvy says, yes, I know what you mean. I'm not going to lie. You're not such a bad-looking man yourself. You're very attractive. Oh, boy. SSBBW fan 73, which is Stefan. And in this photo, he has colored his hair. Aw, thank you, with a heart. Okay. Savvy puts in an emoji of some yellow figures hugging and 3 hearts. Okay. SSBBW fan 73 says, you seem really like a really genuinely sweet person. She says, thank you. He says, and you like Among Us? You're torturing me. What is Among Us? Does anyone know? Among Us. Savvy has another little whatever emoji figurine, whatever. And you're quick and smart, he says, with a skull. A video game? Okay, thank you. Among Us. Okay, interesting. All right. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to show it. I think I'll be all right. Okay. So Savvy sends a message. February 17th, 2021. She says, I'm going to bend you over this table and F you all night long with a winky face. And she takes a selfie here of wearing some ripped up jeans and a t-shirt. And what is this hand motion she's making here? Okay. I don't know who that's directed at. Like, do you have a strap on, or what's going to happen here exactly? What exactly are you insinuating, Savvy? What you talking about? Okay. There is going to be some slightly NSFW, not safe for work, content coming up right now. So if you have a child like looking on your screen with you, or if you are at work, I would probably close the screen for a minute or two. You can keep the audio on. I'm not going to say anything crazy. Okay. So that's your warning. All right. 3, 2, 1. We got a Santa booby here. Okay. Got a Santa booby. She's wearing a gaming headset, glasses. She's wearing a pendant necklace. I don't think it's a cross. So relax, Salah. Relax. I don't think it's a cross. And she's kind of sticking out her tongue a little bit. Okay. Oh, all right. And then underneath that, that's all for that. How jolly. And underneath that, it's just like a selfie of her, like giving the peace sign. Okay. Santa booby. Yeah. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is from Savannah, a.k.a. Savvy. Oh, my dog. Hold on a second, guys.
Sometimes we just have to survive and thrive later on. That's how we mostly live our life.
That's it. Keep that energy up. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Nice and light. Wings out if you need balance. Looking strong, everyone. Final push.
That's it. Keep that rhythm. Bounce. 2, 3, 4. Great job! Lift those wings for a power hop. Yes! Stay light on the talons.
Okay, thank you. All right. He sounded like he was going to wind up, and he's outside, and all of our neighbors are outside. We can't go crazy, buddy. You can go crazy inside the house, but all right. So this is from Savannah, aka Seve. She says, and he like outlined this with red, and it says, "I'm so horny. I keep watching that video of Cass and wishing I was there." Okay. He responds, "Oh, Savvy," with the face with the hearts. And then, "Me too." She says, "Allie, Cass, and I are being naughty in Narnia." And a face with the tongue sticking out emoji and a kissing face emoji. He says, "Ooh." Okay. Thursday, February 18th at 2:43 p.m. Savvy with like 6 exclamation points. "Do you need a hug today?" All right. Okay. Allie says, "Came for the show." This is February 22nd, 2021. LOL. SSBBW fan says, 73 says, "What show?" Allie says, "You and Cass." LOL. Natty, this is a new character, NATII, says, "Hi." Savvy says, "I think this just sealed the deal that I'm gonna need some of that when I come to Vegas." All right. Calm down, girl. Okay. And then someone responded to that, but we can't see the reply. Okay. And it says message hashtag Narnia. So I think that's what she was saying when she said they were getting naughty in Narnia, I guess. All right. Okay. This is a camera shot. Let me make it larger. Can't take down the chop. That's right. So you can see it has the date in the upper right corner. It says 2021-04-17, 15:55:25. So 3:55 p.m. on April 17th, 2021. Okay. And he writes on it, 4:17, 9 days in, happy faces and dancing in the living room. This is important for what's coming. Let's expand this picture a little more and let's just take a look. There's video coming? Okay. Is it raunchy? Okay. Looks like they're dancing or something. Someone's someone's making food in the kitchen. There's a dog bed here. There's sofas in all kinds of disarray. Oh, wonder what happened. Okay. All right, so he's saying everyone was happy. And then, okay, April 20th, 2021, 1 in the morning, 1:08 a.m. 4:20, 12 days in. On the last day before leaving, Savvy asks me to take a photo of her posing in the hot tub. I can't make this up. The evidence speaks for itself. Okay. Okay. Photo taken in the hot tub on the last day, not only with consent, but I was explicitly asked to take it and showed it for approval after taking it. Now, she could be wearing a bandeau top of some sort, or it's very possible she's wearing nothing because I don't see any straps, okay? I'm just telling you what I see. I don't see any straps. So she may have very well been topless, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, hey? Consenting adults, pull your boobies out, whatever. No one cares, okay. Oh, boy. Okay, this one, he crossed out the name who he was talking to also. But it begins with an N or an M, looks like. They said, yes, Stefan, that has always bothered me, and I have said it, but maybe you didn't read it before. That how was what? Oh God. Yes, Stefan, that has always bothered me. And I have said it, but maybe you didn't read it before. That how was it that if that happened? And she felt that way on the day she was leaving. She was, oh my God, there's no punctuation. On the day she was leaving, she was so upset that she was leaving, and she said never wanted to go home. She was upset sitting on the floor, packing her suitcase to go to the airport. You have, and I believe it was Kay Buck, also on the bed, was accompanying her while she was packing. Oh my God. Okay. Then he writes, Savvy didn't want to leave Pearadise. This all plays a big role in just a little bit when it comes to the document they filed in court. Stay with me now. We're with you. We're following. Okay. Okay. Same person. Savvy. The day she was getting ready to leave the airport, she was even about to cry. Didn't want to say her name on live. He says, oh, F, really? They responded, yes. You all were in her room, and she was packing on the floor, and you, Cass, and I think even K-Bug was on the bed. He says, and she didn't want to leave here? I totally don't remember that. And to come forward weeks later saying I assaulted her with an angry face. Okay. All right. She posted a public TikTok on her own account after returning home to Washington State. On her own post, she commented this on 4/22, one day after leaving. Monica, I'm just going to go through the whole thing. Monica Evie _do says, I'm in Washington too. Sleep Throat says, what part? Okay. Dana Marie, I'm going to miss seeing you on the lives every day. Sleep Throat says, I'll be back in October. And this was April 22nd. Dana Marie says, replying to Sleep Throat, I wish I could visit, but I'm poor and live in North Carolina. Plus, I have a daughter who just turned 1. The odds are against me. I would say so. And Elmer 6490 says, hello. Mm-hmm. Elmer. Okay. And this says it's in the Discord in Narnia. Savvy says, this is April 29th, 2021. Dude, I just woke up from my nap, had a very hot dream. Oh, God. Princess K-Bug says, ooh, with a bunch of O's. And he writes on top of that, 8 days after leaving Pearadise. Savvy says, Stefan, Malia, Ashley, Cass, and I effed, bro. Okay. And 2 people, I don't know how to say that. Like when you tap something and you heart it, like they did the sexy emoji or whatever. Okay. And she says, hard to explain, but basically it was an orgy. Okay. Okay. Allie replied to that, what? With a laughing face. Savvy said, LMAO, wrong person. I was helping someone. What? You're helping somebody? Okay. Savvy said, okay. And Allie replied, oh, laughing to had a very hot dream. Okay. Confusion. Okay. It's getting juicy. Okay. Or is it Malia? Malia replied, April 30th, 2021. Was I good, though? And someone laughed. Savvy replied to Malia, LMAO, you effed me with a strap-on. I knew there was going to be a strap-on somewhere in here. I just knew it. Remind everyone, Cass was the first one to pass from this house. I didn't know that. Lorraine. Or Laura. Thank you, Laura. I didn't know that. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys have, I have looked at quite a bit, but I don't know everything. So if you do want to, if you know stuff that you can contribute, please don't hold back. Like, it's, we're all learning here. Okay, so Cass was the first to pass away. Wow. Yeah, there was some lady on lady action in the pool in the trailer. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Malia says, love that for us. Cass the MF Blast says, okay, but what was I doing? LOL. Savvy says, you were mostly with Stefan, but also with Ashley. She remembers quite a bit. Okay. Cass the MF Blast. There's a picture here. There's nothing visible. And Stefan typed over that and said, sexually loaded conversations a week after returning home would give any normal thinking person an inclination to think nothing bad happened during that 12 days free vacation to Pearadise, right? Okay. There's always an Ashley, of course. Okay. This says on top, trigger warning SA. Okay. So we'll all take that under advisement. Okay. And if you need to go to take care of yourself, please do. There's no shame in that. I totally understand. Okay? Like don't let this kind of internet nonsense F up your day, okay? By 6/1, I wonder if they mean June 2021. A whole month later, stories suddenly changed and an entire campaign of grinning and dancing and smiling to TikTok trends ensued. SA for entertainment. I sued for slander and defamation. Those documents are public. Sadly, the judge never took the time to actually look into the motivation and also didn't see how blatant the discrepancies were between their statements and the truth. Okay. All right, and he highlighted here, Wilhelmy had some of these women come to his home, but when they arrived, the safe space facade began to rot and crumble away as he immediately engaged in boundary-crossing behavior, SA, and sexual coercion. After a short time, defendants Brown and Javier began to feel like sex captives, oh my God, rather than safe guests. He essayed 2 of them, and when they told their stories in their own respective TikTok platforms, he filed his lawsuit to both retaliate against them and to stop them from warning other women. Okay, that's the same case number. So we'll need to look at that at some point. Ooh. Okay. Okay, is that it? Okay, yeah, that was it. All right. My goodness. Okay. Evidence 3. Oh my goodness. How much more is there? Evidence 4, evidence 5. Oh, we might need to finish this another time. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think I will probably separate these videos so we can have like a playlist for Pearadise. Because I'm sure, we're not done talking about it, and that documentary doesn't air until June 10th. So we've got like another 16 days of looking into this. Okay. There is a video. Do you know if the video, like which evidence number it is? By chance? Yeah, we'll have to finish this. Okay. All right, let me go through the chat and see how you all... Oh, evidence 3? Okay. Okay, this will be the last one then, I guess. All right, for right now. Yeah, they all say video because they are all videos. See? Video. They're all videos. He made them into videos. So I have to keep pausing. Okay. Okay, these two images are presented for context. The first shows language used in the court filing by the women, while the second is a contemporaneous CCTV recording from the visit itself. The filing excerpt uses highly negative language to characterize the visit. The time-stamped recording, taken during the last day of the visit, shows a group scene that appears social and relaxed in tone. These materials are included so readers can compare the later characterization in the filing with the visual record from the time of the visit. Okay? Video.
You fucking better than me. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, buddy.
You're struggling.
Fuck.
See, Chantal, this is why you weren't invited. You're not nearly as mobile as these ladies, okay? They're getting up and dancing, okay? It looks like Pork Chop is sitting at the table there, the orange hair. I think that's Pork Chop. Mm-hmm. Let me just full screen this. Okay. And Stefan is like putting out the trash. He's there. Okay, April 17th, 2021, 3:55 p.m. Okay.
Oh, okay, you're really better, but yeah. Okay. Breaking the oh, I got it. You got it, but you're like
A little tripod he's picking up.
Come on.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Hello, Bricks. Please, Brooklyn. Yeah, they wow. I literally.
Just a quick sweep by so you can see these punks here trying to learn the TikTok dance.
Trying to learn a TikTok dance.
The Discord is really overwhelming. I know it is, right?
But you do it just well. At different times of different days of ever.
Yeah, you tell him, Pork Chop.
There's a lot of.
What time are you all going to be back on Discord? We don't know this yet. I can turn the computer on in a minute.
Pork Chop can stretch, huh?
Lucky man in a house full of beautiful women, I know, right? Okay. The video chat is always full over there. It is. Usually it is.
Which one of these girls is Teardrop? All of them. We are all Teardrop. Hashtag we are all Teardrop. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I already saw that. Okay. How many more are there? Evidence 4, evidence 6, 7. I don't know. What do you think? Should we wrap it up and come back, or do you want to continue on? 1, for wrap it up and come back another time, or 2, keep going. You guys let me know. There's also a woman named Rita who is likened to Stefan's own Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, interesting. Oh, Rita helps recruit the girls to the house. Okay. Chantal will be raging, sealing, and shitting and fighting with all of them. Yep. The whole win-lose thing is huge with Chantal. Keep that in mind when comparing. Yes. Okay, most of you want to continue on. Okay, we can do that. I just don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, feel like I'm droning on and no one's really even, like, caring about what we're looking at. Okay. You just started your run, Porcelain? Okay. Elwell says the idea of producing porn of these marginalized women is exploitative. Sure, yeah. Total power imbalance there, yeah. Lost Tamale says is studying while listening along in the back of the nest. Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of people lurk. You're fascinated. I didn't know much, if anything, about this. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Okay, we'll continue. All right, thank you, everybody. This is not boring. I'm just dealing with my kitty, so I can't... Oh, how is your kitty's not improving at all, Ashley? Oh my God. It's so stressful. I've been watching on X for updates. No changes at all. Oh my God. Okay. If you have the time, we're in week-long Eid holiday, so you can stay up. Awesome. Yeah, here, the 27th. He's like a director who's sleeping with the actresses. Yeah. Okay, then. All right, evidence 4. This is September 4th, 2021. And he blocked out the name. Oh, thank you, Lost Tamale. He blocked out the name who this is from. And that person's name starts with an M, like in Miriam, for example. No, I don't mind keep going. I just, sometimes streams get lengthy and it's like, All right. This person says hello. Okay. Someone, I'm assuming is Stefan, says, I was told to text you, ? Currently trying to get him to poop. Oh my gosh. So M, as in Miriam. No, that's okay. I understand. Shoot, I get that. They said, yes. Is this Stefan? I wanted to talk to you soon or meet up to talk, if that's okay. I have a lot to talk to you about. I also have taken down videos I said about you in the heat of the moment. At the end of the day, I don't hate you, and I'm sorry the way things ended up and Piggy's influence over me. Okay, Piggy's a problem. Piggy is problematic. Problematic Piggy. That's what everyone's saying. You're dealing with an arthritis flare today, Temmie? I'm so sorry. Is that Chantal? Probably. Other than lodging and food, are these actresses being paid for participating in the pornography? I didn't know that there was pornography. Is there? I didn't even know that. Is that a thing? Is that true? Is that what's happening here? I don't even know that. Just shout out BG every few minutes if you miss Chantal. I do not, but thank you. Mm-hmm. It's the weather. Yeah. Oh. Okay. I have a can of Alani cherry slush here with me. I'm good. Problematic Piggy. Right. Doing lawn stuff, Rex? Nice. Stefan monetizes. Yes, he does. He does monetize content. Okay. He replied, yes, it's me. You have an iPhone, right? We can FT, FaceTime, or Instagram. And yes, I was told there's trouble in Camp Piggy. What's going on? Oh my God, the drama. M responded, you're crocheting nice. You have your oat milk latte. You guys are awesome. Ice cold Coke Zero for you. You guys are the best. I feel like we're just in my living room and I have this up like on a projector and we're all just like sitting there. I'm just sitting on sofas reading this. Okay. You have an Alani too? Oh, Gensha Hater. I got the lime ones. I ordered them from Costco, but I haven't had one yet. I was thinking I was going to try it on stream to give you my first reaction. You just sat down with a root beer? Fantastic. Okay. Smoking a bong? All right. Alani cotton candy? Nice. Water? Okay. Perfect. All right. What's going on in Camp Piggy, you're planking? Awesome. She says, or M says, I don't know if it's a she, I do have an iPhone. I'm heading to Winco, though. WINCO. I will let you know for sure. It's complicated. There's a video on his OnlyFans page. He likes to stack donuts on his D and the women eat off it. What? No! No! What? Oh my God! Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, how many donuts is it exactly? How many donuts can he fit on there? That's the question. I didn't even know he had an OnlyFans. Did you subscribe or is it free? That's hot, Sniper Love said. There goes my love of donuts? No. What flavor were they? Were they yeast donuts or cake-like? Can't make this stuff up. Truth is stranger than fiction. It's so true. Eating steak and potatoes with a Dr. Pepper. That sounds yummy. Okay. But it's 2 donuts? Probably. Probably. Yeah, what's his OnlyFans username? Do you know offhand? It must be linked here, like on his link tree. I don't know. He goes on MFW's page and MFN talks about... Oh, I got you. Oh, you haven't seen it yourself? It was on Shay's Twitter. Do you know Shay's Twitter handle? Are they cream filled? Oh boy. Messy. That's messy. Okay. M says, I do have an iPhone. I'm heading to Winco though. It's complicated. Okay. You haven't seen it? Okay. All right, that's okay.
Sexually assaulting multiple women over multiple...
Okay, easy. Who's this? Who is this? Boobalicious. Oh boy. Are they mini donuts? That's a good question. Don't let Chantal know there's donuts. Is it the Homer Simpson donuts? Oops.
Women over multiple years?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit. A bullshit.
Okay, I see.
I hate stuff like this. Like, for such a serious issue, don't make it into a joke. This is Kimmi Ann. It says Kimmi and the word and the letter and the name Ann. Okay. Pearadise, the ultimate meltdown. Kimmi Ann. And he wrote, I think, apologies for the shitty quality of this evidence drop. Unfortunately, TikTok does not allow editing while stitching. You may need to pause to read, and you will absolutely want to watch until the very end. Sit down for this one and volume up. And the volume's all the way up. It's 2 minutes long. Oh my God. Okay. Trigger warning essay for entertain. Oh boy. I'm going to mute it anyway. I don't know if she talks later on, but okay. All right. I find it honestly, I find it offensive if you're talking about this kind of an issue to put music over it, and I realize this is what she did. I do know about that, Laura. Thank you. Shay's no longer with us. Yes. Recently. She passed very recently. He's 53. That's what I thought. The one that's been there a while is only 23 or 24. I forget her name. She's always talking to MFW. Okay. So this says, bashes are real, not the internet where people can post what they please. Are they not? Okay. I'm starting from the top. Sin City Kitty 702 says they then made the assumption that I was one of the Pearadise go-to people, but she deleted the videos where I told her I wasn't ironic, right? Orem Dark says, I'm not surprised. She is so far removed from what this page was started for. It's ridiculous. Too bad, too, because the dude does seem a little creepy. Okay. Sin City Kitty 702 says she tried to go back to her regular content. It didn't give her the numbers she wanted in the TikTok. She deleted. She called essay entertainment. Essay is never entertainment. I wish she'd stop acting like an advocate by trolling and actually getting therapy and advocate that. Okay. Lying on court documents is called perjury and is a crime. Well, only if you swear to be telling the truth. Feel like sex captives rather than safe guests. Yes, we already read that. I declare under the penalty, under the law of the state of Nevada. Okay, so they are swearing. Okay. Yeah, we already saw this. I guess he's just putting it in again. He's a millionaire and wouldn't help the family get Shay's body home. They put a GoFundMe for help. That's bizarre. I wonder why they did that. Why he didn't do it? Why he didn't pay? Okay. So, yeah, we already saw this. Can I come find you in your bed? That's from Porky. Essayed me twice by having sex with me twice while I was at his home in 2021. Oh, we haven't seen this one yet. This is Ivy. TTZ Ivy. Ivy says, okay, he said, hot tub time. You coming? With an emoji with the tongue out. She responded, LMFAO, I mean, with a bunch of N's. My back hurts, to be honest. I mean, you're probably going to hear a lot of that when you're dealing, with a bunch of SSBBWs. My back hurts, to be honest. I'm probably going to stay home for the night. He responds, LOL, I wonder what happened. Oh my God, she says, you and that big dick of yours happened. Oh. By eggplant, I mean dick. Oh my goodness. By eggplant, I mean dick. Yikes. You and that big dick of yours happened with 3 laughing faces. He says, LOL, 3 exclamations. You liked it? She got her back blown out. She says, I didn't say I didn't, with 3 devil emojis. And then a picture was sent, which is completely blocked out. We cannot see. Hey, Biesta, I'm sure you're right. Hungry Fat Chick is probably involved. She's in Vegas and is definitely part of the feeder community. This is true. But she's older than what he prefers. You don't think that man is packing? I mean, it doesn't look like he is, but sometimes you're surprised. Sometimes you can be surprised. I don't know. Okay. This doesn't say who it's from. It just says today, 10:50 p.m. I just wanted to sincerely apologize for being wrong about the situation. I realize now that I had incomplete information and made a mistake in my judgment. I take full responsibility. This sounds scripted. I take full responsibility for my actions and want you to know that I'm truly sorry for any pain or inconvenience that I may have caused. I will try to be more careful and considerate in the future. You're not giving us any context, like who even wrote this. Okay. Now we are talking to, look at all these women. TT Paviel, in parentheses, exotic. Okay. And this is May 5th. 3:43 p.m. He wrote, you be with and do you know yet where you're staying at? And Exotic responded, right now it's just me and no I don't yet. He responded at 8:30 p.m. Okay, gotcha. 10 p.m. Did I do something to get blocked? 11:20. You did not just seriously ask that. Next morning, yep. And then we jump ahead to May 31st, 9 p.m. I would like to formally apologize for the way I've spoken about you. Oh, I should have never went based on someone's say. If I heard something I didn't like and agree with, I should have come to you directly. I sincerely apologize. This is probably from that person, I'm guessing. Okay. Oh boy. Oh God. Here we go. Starting from the top. I found Stefan while I was scrolling TikTok and came across his account. I was skeptical at first, but kept an open mind. After interacting with videos and watching his live streams, I attended a gathering at his place approximately 6 months later. Shortly after arriving, I met Stefan and he asked if he could hug me. I said, of course, and we hugged. A short while later, I was invited on a little road trip with him and 2 others. It was late when we returned, and he offered for me to stay the evening in one of the spare rooms that was downstairs. I took him up on the offer and slept till late morning when I heard others stirring. We had breakfast and chatted a bit, and later that day I left feeling great. Not only did I meet... I feel like a whole part is missing here. Okay. Candy knows him? I remember MFN talking about it, but don't really remember what she said. Oh. Okay. Not only did I meet great people that didn't judge me, but Stefan surprised me when it was just a hug and that's it. Okay. No underlying expectations or hidden agenda that I could tell. I was invited to join the Discord he had started not too long before meeting him. I finally decided to log on. I found what I thought were friends. There was a girl that called herself Porky that I talked to several times and even invited her into my home, which as it turns out was under false pretenses. I told her how welcomed I felt in the group Stefan created and that the only thing Stefan wanted from me was a hug and that he asked if he could have. Little did I know that months and months after her visiting and returning to her home in Michigan, she would finally respond to my asking how she is and making sure she was okay from the solo trip she took. Her response was to try to convince me that the consensual hug between Stefan and I over 2 years ago was SA. She and I went back and forth a little as I explained thoroughly that in no way was I touched without consent, that a hug was not sexual assault, and that I wasn't the victim she was trying to make me look like. Stefan has never made me feel uncomfortable. I was there at his home on several occasions, both small and larger gatherings, and paid close attention to the goings-on. I don't trust anyone really, so I watch how people move. I have not met someone so forthcoming or transparent in the BBW community than Stefan. I'm sorry, I didn't move that up as I was reading. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the same thing. Oh, he's scrolling down. Okay. Okay. Good. I thought that was all reading. Okay. Oh, we've already seen this. Okay. He's starting to get a little disorganized. Okay. This is this M person. Do you have an iPhone? I'm heading to Winco. Okay. Okay. Oh. Creeper. I also kind of wanted to apologize how I used, like, my anger. He has 3 monitors. Dude, I wish I had your setup. So much easier. My God. I can't even get a second monitor. Well, I have my laptop and a monitor, but, like, I need another one. Someday. I'll figure something out. My hugging days are over. People are weird. I'm just checking out his office space here. It looks pretty normal. This is probably would be the living room maybe of his house, because it looks like the front door is out, and these are sliding pocket doors. So it kind of looks like his front door would be out these doors and to the left, because you can see the sunlight coming in, and then that's the staircase. Just a guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter. All right. Why is he showing us this part? In frustration about our friendship to let Kimmi or Piggy... Oh, it's audio. That's why. Okay.
I apologize how I used like my anger and frustration about our friendship to let Kimmi or Piggy persuade me into making negative videos about you.
That is like, I'm really curious about, like, how did that even happen?
Oh, the Arizona story was like a while ago. That's when I was like in the group chat with all the girls, and we were on like a video chat.
Okay.
And I guess Monica had shared the story with them. And they all kind of together were trying to almost change my perspective on it, you know? So that then I would want to say something about you, you know?
Right. Okay. So I understand. Like they were trying to convince you to say that what we did was all of a sudden not consensual, when in reality
Correct.
it was. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. That's a really big deal.
It was the fact that you said we ruined his life, and for that I have to say, I'm
Oh boy. Who is this? Ma'am, can you introduce yourself to the AYS Court of Law? We need to identify you, please. Who is this? Who are you?
really happy.
Kimmi. Oh, this is Kimmi Ann. Kimmi Ann. Okay.
Good job, everyone. Kudos. Pat yourself on the back.
Okay, that's the end of that one. Okay, evidence 5. I think there's 6 total. 7. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think he's repeating a lot. What is this? Written statement describing a visit, subsequent interactions. This video shows another case of a person admitting that they were being pressured into changing their story.
The reason no one buys your evidence is because it doesn't paint the picture you want it to.
Oh my Lanta. Imagine being this obsessed with Pearadise and a campaign centered around SA for entertainment that you actually have to go out and recruit people to be your fake victims. Oh, and remember that girl you were trying to victimize before she even came here?
Hey, that's me, and no, I'm not here to rent any of your holes today. And just admit, the only reason you don't like me is because you weren't able to make me into one of your brainless zombies who like to make up SA allegations for entertainment against Stefan. Remember how you publicly hoped that I would get SA'd by Stefan the first time I came here? Yeah, there's only one mean girl in this situation, and if you look in the mirror, you'll find her.
Oops, I almost forgot. There's more evidence.
I guess kind of like put under pressure a little bit. I don't know how you, like what words you used yesterday, like or the day before, like, you know, how you had said, like they kind of pressured you a little bit to change your story.
Yeah. I think they were like trying to change the way I thought or felt about it so that I would think about you in a negative light and then therefore speak about you in that way.
Right.
You
okay.
know?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah. So it wasn't like, hey, A happened and we want you to say B as a blatant lie, but it was more like A happened and are you sure that you don't really feel a negative way about it in order to make you come forward as another case of assault?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason no one buys your
Okay.
And if you're not putting up those screenshots, then all you have is hearsay.
Ooh, we're panicking now that I finally dropped some harder evidence and receipts because, you know, facts, reality, and honesty has never really been her strong suit. And And now that I've posted hard evidence that at least one person has posted against me as a result of being pressured by Piggy, and multiple people have came forward to me admitting that there was an attempt made to pressure them into posting about me, let's fact check this situation that she is like escaping to. In order to deflect from her lies, she posts a screenshot, which of course I have the proper version here with the timestamp.
Oh boy. Okay, you're not going to get away that quickly. All right. This says, you have until noon tomorrow. This is in blue. I think this is him. Okay. This is June 17th, 2021. You have until noon tomorrow to take any and all videos down that mention my name or Pearadise or use any of the derogatory hashtags, and also to delete any and all slanderous and false comments you left on Piggy or Sadie's, including fake accounts, videos. Otherwise, I have no choice but to defend myself. You know full well what you are doing here. Adult actions have adult consequences. Just because you were rejected due to your own actions and behaviors does not give you a right to lie, slander, and spread libel about me, this group, or my accounts or content. The response is, I will take my videos down, but I want you to know you have not won this battle. You treat women like we're fucking pieces of meat, and people, you being one of them, touch people inappropriately without their consent. I've been one of them. He blacked out the name. We don't even know who's saying this. You take no accountability for your actions and the way you treat women in this community, and I'm glad that we are not friends anymore, or that we talk to each other, because you are not a nice person. In fact, you're a bully. Okay. Oh, this is M. Oh, he didn't block it out that good. If you can see at the very bottom, the green, it's so small. But I see it, Stefan. But we don't know who M actually is. But look at the very bottom. M says, don't ever speak to me again. Interesting. The plot continues to thicken. No pun intended. Okay. Interesting.
The timestamp. And hey, I totally admit I went off on her. But then again, who wouldn't if somebody all of a sudden posts like, you know, videos claiming that you were so abusive and all that kind of stuff, right? But to follow the story, here's the next screenshot. Again, properly with timestamp, September 4th. So 2 months after she...
Oh. So it is M. Okay, 2 months after.
Posted the videos. She came to me expressing how Piggy's influence was...
Okay. Piggy's a problem, we're finding out. Okay. Oh, we've already seen this, Stefan. It's starting to get a little, like... I think you might be a little... We've seen this several times. Okay, when she said, we're now seeing more of this message, not that it matters that much. I do have an iPhone. I'm heading to Winco, though. It's complicated. And he said, text when you're back home.
Piggy's influence was the main reason why she posted those videos in the first place. And I wouldn't be me if this wasn't me responding with properly documented receipts.
Enough times, like, I was actually kind of surprised because I never touched you inappropriately. I never...
Let me try to boost the audio on this part a little bit. Bark Street boy. My little Bark Street boy.
Last times, or, you know, fucking when we went to this BBW...
Like, I told her, like, we never had any, like, I never, like... You know.
Yeah, but then in the end, like, she made you another victim in this whole thing.
Yeah.
And made it sound like I had a whatever issue with you, when in reality, and that's the same thing with fucking Porky. I didn't even have a problem with Porky. She had problems with other people here. Like, Porky is another completely, like, it's a much bigger story than it, like, it seems, it sounds like. The way that she made those videos makes it sound like she came here and I mistreated her. That's bullshit. I don't understand why people make all these stories up
and make it seem like, you know, this is so terrible. It's like I
I think I exaggerate things like when I was hot, like when I made shitty videos about you. I was being persuaded. I think it could be jealousy. People are jealous of you having something that they want. You know, like say popularity.
There's someone in the room.
Women.
There's someone in the room with him behind the Pearadise logo. There's someone sitting there. You know what? Like, it's not really, you know, for us, it's not quite coming together for us because we don't have enough background. But after we watch the documentary, we're gonna be like, oh my God, Porky! We're gonna know exactly who Porky is and like how she's like scheming. We'll have more of a background.
You know.
Baby.
We could be, you know. I'm sorry I was an asshole.
Well, I mean, that's like...
See, I don't expect you to forgive me because what I did was really unacceptable, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
I just wanted to speak to you because I don't know, for some reason, like, I still think about you for all the time. We did have a good time in our friendship. I didn't know how the what went wrong, how I lost a lot of friends, you know, it just kind of, I was really sad and like, in my heart about it, you know?
And this is it for today's fact drop. Always make sure to check sources and don't believe everything you see on social media unless it comes with proper receipts.
Okay. Look at this ceiling. These rooms are massive. Wow. Actually, it makes sense, though, if he's in Vegas, because heat rises. That's kind of like, yeah, they could do something similar in Egypt, but it's not quite like that. Okay. Let me get the volume back down again. Okay. All right. Evidence 7. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, then we're going to end and I'm just going to clip this out entirely so we have a separate video for it. Okay. Evidence 7, public narrative and related message history. Okay. And it says, trigger warning, essay for entertainment. Okay. Using essay as entertainment by Kimberly Howder. Okay, she was the first person that was named in the lawsuit. She was the #1 defendant. The story of baby mama. Okay, and it looks like, I don't know if this is her TikTok or it was just posted on this one. It says, It's the Blonde Life is the username on TikTok. Okay.
Why are there so many women who get in your hot tub and end up sexually?
Oh my God. I'm going to boost the audio again. Okay.
Sexually assaulted? You will like, you will comment, you will share, you will blow those things up to the high heaven like you did for every woman before.
Well, look who it is. Hello, Piggy. Congratulations on recruiting another story for your clicks and likes and campaign called SA for Entertainment. Too bad that you turned off Stitch this time, so I'm gonna have to do it manually.
There would be screenshots, and if you're not putting up those screenshots, then all you have is hearsay.
This is actually a pretty sad and dark chapter in my past, and I really didn't want to have to revisit it, but thank God for technology and my personal data retention policies, because of that, I actually have no screenshots, but much better, I have the original chat on my Mac in my iMessages still there, and here is my case, because people are trying to turn TikTok and social media into a courtroom. If anything really would have happened, I would be happy to show this in an actual courtroom. But this is for views and clicks, so let me make my case. So for those that are being dragged into this right now and don't know what's going on, CiCi, aka Cipriana, is my current baby mama and an individual that I met on a adult hookup website on January 8th of 2019. And the actual story is so much longer and so much deeper, and it would blow the limits of this video left and right. So all I'm gonna say is that by May of 2020, she turned into my baby mama against my will. And now she is on TikTok claiming that I SA'd her, supported by our beloved Piggy, who loves...
Okay. How many people need to claim this before there's some validity to it?
SA stories or exaggerating stories into SA. So let's pull out the screenshots from that time frame. All right, so here we have on June 16th of 2020, she wanted me to pick her up, and she said, no, you don't want to pick me up. Sends me a quick little video right here, a pretty graphic. She's asking, she says, I know you need a CJ. Quick explanation, a CJ was our fun term for you know what, a BJ, right?
Why though?
So there's a
you got to explain it. You can't just let that go without explaining it though. What do you mean by that? What's the C stand for?
Her back and forth. She wants to stay at my house. Then she's asking
me. Her name is CiCi, I think, up at the top. Okay, CJ.
If I had seen her Facebook post, apparently there was some drama on Facebook. This is not really, doesn't matter like too much. You can read it if you want. Pause it right here. But it
chop,
really
chop,
contribute to the story.
Chop job.
So it gets interesting. Here we have June
Corn
17th.
dog.
She's asking me to pick her up, and she was planning on hosting a party at my house.
Carrot.
A little bit of banter here and there. And then she sends me cat pictures. That's the neighbor's cat that used to hang out at the house. For those who've been around long enough would recognize him.
Oh, what's this?
And here it gets interesting.
NSFW.
She's asking me if I can order pizza, wings, and cheese bread. And I said, yeah, come in and order it. So here it is, June 17th of 2020. We're having a party at the house. And CiCi went in the hot tub. And she asked me if I can turn on the bubbles in the hot tub and change the lights, which I did. So this is where June 17th ends. So for obvious reasons, I cannot show the video here on this platform.
Why?
But I can tell you
Why
guys, I have the video. I kept it.
Ew.
And I'm very, very glad that I did.
I'll bet you are.
Our interaction ended around 11:30 at night.
Okay.
And before you come attacking me for still having this footage, I have to say, I do have cameras in my house. Everybody knows there's cameras in my house. And luckily, the data retention on my camera server was long enough that when she started her first round of this BS, I was still able to grab it and save it. Because as you all might know, there is a pretty long statute of limitations for claims like that. Claims that I don't take lightly.
After watching the full video from start to finish, I can confirm that this was a consensual interaction between two adults.
You showed her the full video. Is this Shay, everybody? Is this the lady who just passed away like a couple weeks ago? She's like, I watched the entire thing and I can assure everybody that this was 100% consensual. Oh my God. Like, what do you want to share with us? What, how do you know that? How could you tell exactly? Rybex, thank you so much for gifting 5 Are You Serious memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Rybex. We got Tanya 720 received one of those. Shope is Me got one. K Love Rybex received one. And Thea and Roman, you have all received a free 30-day membership from Rybex. Please be sure to give them a big shout out in the chat. And here is your welcome video, welcoming you officially to the nest. Thank you so much. So, yes, this lady has passed away, if that is Shay, and it was pretty recent also, because I watched a couple of his live streams like 2 weeks ago, and she's in the video. And people in the chat were asking if she was feeling better. So it's super recent. Okay.
But, you know, we're talking screenshots here. We're talking like there's a video. It looks like it was consensual. But like, how about we let the subject speak for herself, right? Oh. Back to the chat. All right, so remember, the interaction happened on June 17th at 11 p.m. On June 18th at 6:21 p.m., she tells me, I just woke up, and sends me this.
Okay, well, I will read it. Okay. You can't really see what's going on in the picture. It's an illustration. It's not real, but, you know, something is implied here. Let's put it that way. So he said that everyone was aware that there were cameras in the house. So I guess that would mean that there's no expectation of privacy, perhaps? I don't know. Okay. Number 1, effing twice a week is good for your health. 2, effing gives proper relaxation for your mind and body. 3, effing refreshes you. 4, after effing, don't eat too much. Go for more liquids. 5, when effing, try to stay in bed because it can save you valuable energy. 6, effing can even reduce your cholesterol level. Is that true? 7, effing makes you more committed and you can be sensitive and receive from above. So remember, fasting is good for your health. Oh, okay. It's a joke. Ta! Fasting. Fasting. And then, but then under that, she writes, I need some dick. And he says, CiCi, you were out of it last night, and this morning I felt it. Something was off. Okay.
I will not be able to read this out loud on this app, but you can read. And she is explaining to me that she was just so exhausted. Work has been draining. I was literally in a daze. I was sad about that. And she apologizes and she says, I know you really wanted a CJ. AKA she was offering me a adult favor. Okay, now we are the same night, June 18th. She's asking me a favor and I said, what's up? And then she's basically saying, don't get hurt or used by anybody on TikTok. We were talking about TikTok, just please be careful. She's worried. She doesn't want to see me hurt again. And then she's still very tired. She was also planning to host a baby shower at my house. And she had the stuff at my house. So let's keep going. And here we go. She is asking that why she's so tired. Can I come over this week? So she wants to come over, right? And on June 20th, she's asking, hey, I was in the pool. Can I have a party at your house tonight? She's asking to use my house for a party. I know it's last minute, but it's my cousin's birthday and he really wants to celebrate. Okay. I said, that won't work. I have people over. And this is going to be very important. For the first time or like, in this chat that I'm showing you, I'm saying no to something, right? And she says, okay, Anne, what does that have to do with me? They can enjoy the party too. So she's trying to merge the party with the people that I have over. And I already had somebody having a birthday party with family, right? And Lord Jesus, never mind. So she gets a little mad, asks me if my gate's still broken. And then she says, goodbye, see you July 10th. I don't even remember what that was about. And she says, you're lying to me a lot recently. You should stop. So she's accusing me of lying, right? I say, what? I didn't lie about anything. So now she's accusing me of lying right now about the gate being broken or whatever that was, So I say, I ask her, like, why do you accuse me of lying? And she says, because you are. You've lied to me a couple of times. Maybe just continue, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was getting kind of tired at that point. I just says, okay. And she's asking, is that bash happening? I like, don't know. So here she comes, blowing me up. Read it yourself. Why do I piss her off so much, you know?
Okay. Read it yourself when it's like teeny tiny. Okay. Yes, okay. What's your problem with me? Because it's clear that you have one, whatever. I'll see you in a couple of weeks, then you won't have to see me again. Ugh. Why do you piss me off so much? Could you pick me up from work? I'm literally stuck here. There are no Ubers in my area. I'll pay you. Never mind. I don't need you. And then liar. Oh, and it's like the Pinocchio emoji. Where's the party at? And he says, what? The people haven't shown up yet. And she says, I really don't like you at all right now. Oh, you got banned from TikTok? I'm sorry. Okay.
Can I pick her up from work? I'm literally stuck here. So she wants a favor. She wants me to pick her up from work, right? And then she says, never mind, I don't need you. Now we're in June 20th, like still same day at 8 p.m., right? She calls me a liar. She sends like these emojis right here. And then asking, where's the party at? I said, what? The people haven't shown up yet. And she says, I really don't like you at all right now. And then I got banned from TikTok. So basically, I'm complaining that I got banned on TikTok, which was actually really like a messed up situation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the current baby's mother. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. CiCi.
But she's complaining like, you know, why is TikTok so serious to me? And at the time, it really was. Getting unjustifiably banned literally like got me in my feels. And now we're getting to the point where she's June 21st. She's wishing me a happy Father's Day. If I'm still mad about last night, I don't know what I would be mad about. Maybe her behaviors. I don't know anymore. She's trying to make me laugh. And then she says, I've gotten your birthday and Father's Day present, but I guess you don't want it. So read for yourself. Pause if you like.
It's really nothing. Hopefully this makes you laugh. I've gotten you a birthday and Father's Day gift, but I'm guessing you don't want it. Okay, I'll just get rid of it. And he responded, hey, I never said that I don't want it. And the pork rub thing is funny. She says, I don't know. I'm not sure if you'll appreciate it. What, are you getting him a CJ? He says, oh, why wouldn't I? She says, maybe because I feel like we're not friends anymore. Maybe it's just me. He says, don't know. She says, so you do feel like that too. Good to know. I don't get it, or you. What is it that you don't like about me? You don't ever want to answer the tough questions. He says, wait, I've been busy. Sometimes you get pretty intense. Like you get pissed off very quickly over small things, over small stuff. She says, I know that. It's something I'm working on. But it's not happening overnight. He says, I know. I think it has gotten a lot better already. She says, has it, or are you just saying that? He says, it has. She says, I guess because I just leave you be now. Plus, I'm too exhausted. Okay.
We're getting to the interesting part in a minute here. This is...
I literally called out of work today.
All just in an effort to show you guys.
He says, I know. I think it has gotten a lot. Okay. Okay, sorry to hear that. Take a good nap. She says, I did. I'm still tired. After the baby shower, I'm definitely taking a vacation to anywhere that has a beach and drinks. I don't care if I go by myself or with someone. I'm going. He says, beach trip. Like, this is the mother of his child. And he's talking like he barely knows her. Yep, it's probably I'll probably go for my birthday or late July, early August.
Guys, unfiltered, uncensored, unedited, original, what happened, you know, facts. So then she says she wants, after the baby shower, that she wants to host at my house. She wants to take a vacation. I'm being funny and I say beach trip. Okay, now we're June 21st at 5 p.m. She's sending me a video. Some funny videos, I don't remember, TikTok.
Oh, she says it was of me. It's okay, you wouldn't have liked it. TikTok will appreciate it more than you. Can I come over? He says, did you post it? Send the link. I have someone coming later. Oh my God, I have someone coming later? Wow. She says, no, you're weird. You can watch others' TikToks, but not mine. Cool. Couldn't come over tonight anyway. I have a date. After he says, I have someone coming over. She's like, she asked to come over. And then she's like, well, I couldn't come anyway because I have a date. After he says he has someone coming over. Do people even realize how transparent they are when they act like this? He says, okay, I'll find yours. She says, please don't. You've never supported me. No more of my cat for you. Just one question.
Will appreciate it more than you. Now she's asking me to come over. I said, I have somebody coming later. So again, I'm saying no to her coming over, right? And now she says, you're weird. You can watch others' TikToks, but not mine. So she's jealous that I don't give her enough attention. And she says, I couldn't come over tonight anyway. I have a date. So now she's basically triangulating and saying like, oh, she has a date with somebody else. Good luck, have fun.
Oh.
She's basically mad I didn't watch her TikTok. And she says, lose the attitude. And then she says, never met a grown man that needs that much attention. I said, what attitude?
Oh, projection.
The one you have, okay. Again, you can read.
She says, if we're not friends, then act accordingly. He says, what are you trying to say? I don't get it. She says, get what? He says, you always being so aggressive. She says, am I? Wrong one. My nails got in the way. You always think I'm being aggressive when I'm not. You're the one that literally effed me when I didn't want to. Oh, boy. He says, huh? What? She says, oh, you don't remember? He says, no. She says, interesting. He said, when are you talking about? Because that's a pretty rough accusation. She says, last week, Wednesday, in the hot tub. Nothing to say? He says, you didn't want to, huh? Well, then you should have said so. No wonder it felt off.
And I called her out. I said, you're always being aggressive. Her nails got in the way. You were the one that literally fucked. Okay, and here we stopped. Twice I said no to her coming over to my house, and all of a sudden we're starting up an accusation. I said, what? You don't remember? No. Interesting, because
I wonder if Porky is involved in this one too.
Really did not remember anything being off other than her being tired, which she admitted to, right? When you're talking about, because that's pretty much a pretty rough accusation, right? Like this is not to be played around with, right? Last week, Wednesday, that was the day of the party in the hot tub. And I didn't say anything, so she said nothing to say. And then I said, you didn't want it, huh? Well, then you should have said so. She didn't say anything. At the time, she did not give me any indication that she didn't want it.
And according to Shay, she watched the video and she says, it didn't look like she didn't want it. Okay. So she says, was it not obvious? And I did say so, but I guess it's my fault, like always. Maybe I was asking for it, or was cat meowing. Still nothing to say. I'm waiting. I'm not mad. Like I said, it's my fault. It's whatever. Wow. You see, this is what I'd be talking about. For anyone, I mean literally anyone, okay? If you have to type several messages in a row, you're not getting a response, you gotta restrict yourself a little bit. You gotta tie your hands together or something. Put your phone in the freezer. I don't know. And you start see how it unravels that quickly, okay? Because he could very well be busy. He obviously does something for work. Like, wait for them to respond before it unravels very quickly. Things escalate quickly just because you're not getting a response. Like, I always tell people, if I start texting with someone, like, look, I don't expect immediate replies, and you shouldn't either. If I see the notification and I'll respond. But like, it could be several hours. I'm not tied to my phone. And, if you don't hear from me, it doesn't mean that I'm mad or that I'm doing something else. To me, that's very logical, but not everyone feels that way. And that's why I explain it to everybody, because some people do get a little like, oh, what are you doing? Are you ignoring me? Like, what? I'm doing dishes. What the fuck? So, yeah, this is Chantal behavior. It is. Can you imagine the multiple lines that Salah must receive from her? with her completely spinning out of control just because he's not responding and it escalates. Yes, please respond. And sometimes I just really don't want to reply. It's not that it's personal. I just need my own space. Yeah. He says, it's weird, but it's okay. She says, what's weird? Wow. Like, she's escalating in her own mind. He says, like always, I never said that. Salah, read my message. Yeah, she even gets annoyed when Tracy says that. Imagine how Salah feels with Chantal. She says, I didn't say you said it. It's just what I've heard time and time again. Seriously? Whatever, Stefan. Like, look what he's written. All of, like, 15, 20 words in total. And she's, like, spinning out on her side.
And, you know, regret is valid, but turning something later into something it wasn't is not. So now she's blowing me up. And I'm getting spooked out because I'm saying, like, you know, oh my God, this is really a very, very sticky topic. And if abused properly, as we've all witnessed with Piggy and her gang, it can cause great damage to people's reputation, lives, and mental health. So now that this accusation all of a sudden is on the table, I freak out. So here we go with the continuation of the messages. She basically eventually says, you know, whatever. I was kind of done at this point. Basically not saying much.
Yeah.
Then she...
So she says, okay, because he responded, okay. She's like, okay, what? Own up to what you did. Be a man for once. Oh, right, you can't. He says, right. Some friend you are, just admit you hate me because you sure do like to ignore me. He says too much. She says too much? What? He says too much ranting and attacking me. She says attacking. Okay, you have a good night.
She says admit you hate me
have a good
because
night.
you sure do like to ignore me. And I said too much. Too much what? Too much ranting and attacking me, which, I mean, show me another person who would have reacted differently. And then she says, attacking, okay, you have a good night, you're an ass.
You're an ass.
I said, I have one. Still trying to be funny, you know, still trying
That's
to
not
be
funny.
a little sarcastic.
No. Yeah, both of them are annoying AF. If someone is this upset with you, trying to play a little joke of word, no, don't. Just don't.
And you are one. And I said, thanks. All right, so go to tell the TikTok people what you did to me. Oh, okay. Have a good night.
Yeah, I don't like him skimming over things. You're welcome. Why do I put up with your BS? Go tell your TikTok people what you did to me. Will they still like you then? Exactly. And he's not responding. Have a good night with a kissy face. And he says, you too, exclamation. Then there's a picture here, like the next day, probably.
Too. I'm still staying friendly and staying collected. And I'm saying, like, you know, you too.
What's this?
On June
it's TikTok,
21st,
I think.
At 11 p.m., she sends me a TikTok.
Okay. Are we going to watch it or
happy birthday
no?
On June 22nd.
Okay.
That's my birthday. On June 22nd, she says happy
June
birthday.
22nd is his birthday. Does that make him a Cancer, I think? Oh, he's on the cusp, right? Of Gemini and Cancer? Okay.
Thanks. She's still waiting for my gift. And I said, oh, okay. And she's asking me what I'm doing for my birthday. She wants to come over. And I said, never mind. Like a couple of minutes later, sadly, the timestamps don't show, but it says never mind.
Yeah, he didn't even respond. She said, what are you doing for your birthday? He didn't reply. She says, can I come over? He didn't reply. She's like, never mind. Like, come on. These people are exhausting that act like this. Wanted to give you a CJ for your birthday, but that's not something you want. He says, aw, CiCi, I'm having someone over though. Oh my God. She says, okay, I hope you have a good birthday. And he hearted that and said, thanks. THX, thanks. June 23rd, next day, can I come over? I want to go swimming. A no would have been good. Yeah, I wish we could see how far apart those messages were.
She wanted to come over and give me adult interaction for my birthday, but that's not something you want. And I said, you know, CiCi, I'm having somebody over though. I had somebody else coming.
Wow.
And then she says, okay, I hope you have a good birthday, right? I said, thanks. June 23rd at 6 p.m., 6:20 p.m., she says, can I come over? I want to go swimming. Okay, cat emojis.
Yeah, he's not responding. A sad cat. And then says, oh, I have an important question for you. And then, hello, with a million O's. He answers, sup. Just got off the live to eat something. She says, would you be able to help pick up some balloons the day before the baby shower? This is his baby, by the way. He doesn't respond right then and there. She says, and can I come swimming? He says, I can. How many balloons are you going to get? She says, about 40 plus. He says, oh, that's a lot. And I'm in the middle of something and kind of want to finish all that up. Maybe another day. Oh my God. She says, I know it's a lot. I accidentally bought a lot. And I wasn't asking you to fuck me or pick me up. I just wanted to go swimming. But it's cool. You finish working. People got to work, okay? And people who are sustaining this kind of lifestyle, they are definitely working at some point. You got to just let them work. I just wanted to go swimming, but it's cool. You finish working. Going live really set you behind. He says, it was super fun though. She's getting 40 balloons for the baby shower, and it's his baby.
You can read this part.
I'm sure it was, but now look at you, behind.
Let's keep going.
Oh my God. So, oops.
I'm still going to...
So he says, haha, that's okay. She says, so why can't I go swimming? I'm just confused. Never mind. I'm just going to do my hair. He says, okay. She sends him a middle finger emoji, and he laughs. She says, what's funny? Because I remember that next time you want to CJ. Exactly.
Because nothing is going to be cut out here. Nothing's going to be edited. She's giving me the middle finger.
He couldn't care less.
I'm not responding. Why can't I go swimming? I'm so confused. Never mind. I'm just going to do my hair. Okay. Middle finger.
Okay.
At that point, I just laugh at it. Like, you know, why are you giving me the middle finger, right? And then she says, what's funny? Because I remember that the next time you want a adult interaction, her mouth on my...
Yeah, CiCi, it sounds like he's getting plenty of CJs elsewhere, so I don't think he's really pining over yours. She is actively pregnant, yep.
So,
yeah.
She's giving a kitty. There's actually audio here.
Why do you like pissing me off, Stefan? What have I ever done to you? I'm a nice person, I like to think. Am I not?
Oof. Scary. That's scary.
Why do you like pissing?
Okay, then she says, thanks for lying to me again. I appreciate it. I said, 2 question marks. Where did I lie? Every word that comes out of your mouth, well, you lied to me. I do it pretty often nowadays because I didn't want her over to my house. Okay. Then she asked me to call.
He said, are you at work? Sup? She says, yes. June 24th. I forgot what I was supposed to ask, but I'm coming over tonight. He says, I can't tonight. When you remember what you wanted to ask, text me. She says, why? He says, do I need a specific reason? This is not a match. This is not a good match. Well, I'm coming over then. How about that? See you tonight. Better be there. Wow. I'm coming anyway. He says, LOL, no. She says, yes.
But
my God.
What she was going to ask, and then she just told me, but I'm coming over tonight. No invitation, no ask, no, just making a statement, I'm coming over. So she wanted to come over to my house. And I said, I cannot tonight. When you remember what you wanted to ask, text me. And she says, why? Do I need a specific reason? Well, I'm coming over then. See you tonight.
Just the back and forth is so
Better
childish.
I said, lol, no.
Like, why don't you just wait for him to invite you over? And if he doesn't, then you know where you stand. You don't have to keep asking and then demanding to come over.
It's for you guys to read. You think I'm playing. And I'm definitely not trying to follow. Okay, I'm gonna edit that out later. Exactly. I won't come. Yeah, what's funny? Okay, bye. Why do you always ignore me? Am I too much for you? And at this point, I'm getting honest. I said sometimes. And then she says, just sometimes, do me a favor. What? Read it yourself.
She said, kiss my ass.
Read it.
And then he put 3 question marks and she wrote out hit enter, kiss, enter, enter, ass, enter. Did you block me? Oh my God, the spinning. 4 question marks. Hello, you're fake. WTF did I do? Stefan, yes, just ignore me. F you. You're a lame that seeks attention from insecure little bitches. And he says, damn, someone is bitter. I mean, I would be too if you, someone put a baby in me and then talk to me like, but you gotta understand where you stand, really. Like, he's not looking, he said it was against his will to become a father. I mean, you also have a part in that. Okay. I mean, just wrap it up. That solves that issue. Yeah. He doesn't want anything with her at all.
Yourself? You're a lame that seeks attention from insecure little bitches. I said, damn, somebody is bitter. Bitter. Could never. The only one is, here's yourself. All right. We all get that?
Oh my God. All right. I'll come back to I just got to open the door for my dog. I think I just need to open it for him. So just give me one quick moment, please. Shh.
I'm a gravy connoisseur. I am. It's connoisseur, isn't it? Yeah, connoisseur. It's a French word, connoisseur. How do they say it? Connoisseur? Connoisseur? Connoisseur. Connoisseur. I say connoisseur. Connoisseur. Yeah. Mi corazón, mi corazón.
Okay. I have a feeling this video is going to do a lot better after the documentary drops, because this is a lot of background, but no one really knows what we're looking at just yet. Okay. Okay. She says bitter, could never. The only bitter one here is yourself. You're an insecure little boy in a grown man's body. You're not over your ex-wife. Oh, there's an ex-wife. And get attention wherever you can get it. That's just that. He says, right. She says, I, on the other hand, am very happy with my life. This is very Chantal. He says, good. She said, I'm just too good looking for you. You like ugly, nasty bitches. You'll fuck anything that will let you. And I'm taking your gift back. You don't deserve it, and you never have. Oh, God. I wonder how old she is. You've never deserved someone like me in your life. You literally make me want to kill myself, especially after you ard me. Oh, boy. And then he's not responding at all. I wonder how people will feel about you once I let them know. I think I'll make a TikTok about it. So what's it going to be, Stefan? With 3 question marks. He says, oh, now we're blackmailing? Interesting. She says, blackmailing? Wow, that's crazy.
Taking my gift back. Oh, you literally make... Oh, I can't pronounce this on this app. She's going to make a TikTok about it. Here come the threats. I'm making a TikTok. What is it going to be, Stefan? Well, now she was blackmailing me. I called her out for the blackmailing. She says blackmailing, wow, that's crazy, but it's interesting, okay. She called herself a bitter female dog, but it's not blackmail. I said, why the hate? What hate? What you're doing here? Again, hope you guys can read this. Pause if you need to. And I basically just tell her, okay, take a break from me. How about you own up to what you did? And now we're getting serious. Now we're getting serious. And I said, you better unsend that last one.
Oh boy.
She says, why?
Okay. I had to let my dog back in. Okay. Why the hate? What hate? What you're doing here? She says, it's not hate, it's hurt. You did something to me that has really set me back as a person. Like, I'm really struggling and I'm hurt, and I've been holding it in to the point where I'm so angry and I'm exhausted. Not once have you even uttered the word sorry to me. You see no wrong in what you did. I used to love you, but now I don't know what to think of you. What do you expect from me, Stefan? This whole time is no response. It's that why you won't allow me to come over. You're mad annoying. You're going to regret what you did to me. Oh boy. You're going to regret what you did to me. So she's getting, none of us were there, but it's like she's been rejected, and now it's become an essay. Is that what happened here? Because she was like, I'm going to come over and give you a CJ. You're mad. You're going to regret what you did to me. I can't stand you. He says, okay, then take a break from me. She says, how about you own up to what you did? Be a man for once. You're an rapist. These messages are between Stefan, the owner of Pearadise, and his current baby's mother, is how he refers to her, CiCi. He says, right, you better unsend that last one.
Read this. Pause if you need to.
She said, why?
And
because that's a rough accusation. She says, it's not an accusation, it's the truth. He says, never. She says, it is. You just don't want to own up to it.
I basically just tell her, okay.
Own up to it, Stefan.
How about you own up to what you did? And now we're getting serious. Now we're getting serious. And I said, you better unsend that last one. She says, why? Because that's a rough accusation. And then she claims this right here. And
he says, what are you talking about? She says that you ard me. I really cannot stand you at all. You disgust me. You're going to get your karma. By the way, she spelled your karma, Y-O-U''re. He says, right. She says, you are. You know you are. You don't deserve to have me in your life. You've really effed me up. I can't stand you. I'm so done with you. I'm just going to K myself. Oh my God. I'm just going to K myself because of you.
So she keeps attacking me some more.
You're an ass.
I'm just going to off myself because of you. Oh my God. You know, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. He says, okay, it's enough. She says, it's not. Was it enough when you ard me? Was it enough when you degraded my body for your pleasure? He says, oh, you're going too far now. She says, how so, Stefan? How? 4 question marks. Exactly. And he's not responding. Grow the F up, Stefan. I haven't gone far enough either. Kiss my fat ass, Stefan. After the baby shower, I'll get all of my shit and you'll never have to see me again. I'm sure you'll be happy with that. Just admit that you hate me. He doesn't respond. June 25th at, I can't see it. I think it's 1:49 p.m. On my way. June 25th at 5:50. Get an effing life. You're trash. But he hasn't said anything. So he probably kicked her out, or didn't let her in the house.
Let's keep going. At that point, I really had enough. I just stopped responding. I said, you are really going too far now. And I would really want to know the viewers' input on this. What would you have done? On June 25th, she says, I'm on my way. Get a fucking life. You are trash. Hey. Are you still letting me have my sister's birthday shower at your house?
Oh my God.
On June 26th.
Why is everyone having babies around here? My sister's baby shower now? Why would he? Why would he let you? You've accused him of all this and now you want to go to his house to have your sister's baby shower? June 27th, can I please come over today? I really need to do something about my foot. Okay. And then 5 hours later, okay, just ignore me. You're getting outed today. And then 11 p.m., why did you R me? You violated me. I'm completely effed up now.
On June 27th...
You assaulted me, now let me use your pool? Man! This is what dudes are talking about when they're like, chicks be crazy. Like, yeah, I can see. I see. But hey, we got plenty of the dudes be psycho. We have that too. We got plenty of evidence on that side as well. Why did you R me? You violated me. I'm completely effed up now. You R'd me. Why? Answer me. You effed me up.
Can I please come over today? I really need to do something about my foot. On June 27th.
And he's having a child with this woman. They're linked together for life now. They're having a child together. Oh my God. Hey, wrap it up and be careful who you stick it in. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. You could end up with a lifetime of this bullshit. For what? 30 seconds of... Okay. I will tell everyone in your live right now that you R'd me. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm doing it. And then she writes capitals, all capitals, R-A-P-I-S-T, 3 exclamation points. I don't know how you can sleep at night after what you did to me.
Ignore me. You're getting outed. Again.
Wow.
Eventually, she did take to Instagram and posted allegations. And this next coming part, I have to scroll by.
Oh my God. Look. It's like the, what was it? I worship your ass. This is I worship your ass, but it's the opposite. It's the R word in capital letters, written, I don't know, 15 times in a row. Okay. You deserve to be in jail. You're going to rot in hell. Everyone knows what you did to me. Why ignore me? Because you know I'm right.
Somewhat quickly, hoping that the algorithm is not going to catch this.
Oh my God.
Because I don't want to again get shut down for just showing receipts.
Right.
She hates me. Everybody
knows.
Oh
my God. He's not responding to any of this. Did he originally share this online or did she? I have no idea. We're just learning about all this stuff right now. She says, you can block me all you want. Be a man and admit what you did. I hate you. I honestly do. You violated my body for your own pleasure. You're disgusting. The fact that you can go on live and live a lie. Everyone knows. Please do block me. Like that's going to solve anything. You will pay for what you did to me. And then I enter hate, enter you. Why? You effing ruined me. Yes, let everyone know what you did to me, please. If you cancel my sister's baby shower, I will K myself. I will K myself. You're still trying to have a party at this guy's house? What? What?
Wants me to block her.
Oh my God. Says, dude, you should get a restraining order at this point. He said, hey, hey, August 11th, hey. Saw the picture on Facebook. I'd like to see all the ultrasound pics and I'd like to go to the next appointment. When's the due date? What? Oh my God. What? What on earth? I want to go to the next appointment. She's like, well, can I come over and swim after? He's like, no, I have someone else coming over. I'm kidding. I made that part up. Okay. Wow. She says, hello. The ultrasound. What the fuck? Hello. The ultrasound pics don't come up well on camera. I didn't get a good quality. My due date is February 24th, 2021. Oh my God. This kid's 5 years old now. Before I can decide if you can come to my appointment, we have to have a discussion. I think that's only fair for both of us. Oh, she suddenly grew up a bunch. Okay. He says, did you get a printout, and what kind of discussion do you want to have?
If you cancel my sister's baby shower at your house, I will off myself.
How many days apart? That's a very good question. Okay, August 11th, I think, is the... Hey, I saw you on Facebook. Okay. June 27th. Okay. So all of July, first week of... So like 6 weeks maybe-ish? Maybe, yeah. Okay. And there was no communication in between. Okay. Interesting.
And she says, if you cancel my sister's baby shower at your house, I will off myself. All right. So on August 11th, 2020, I, for the first time, responded to her again after she had posted the screenshot of the ultrasound of her being pregnant. So
Whoa. Don't skip over things. If you're going to show us, you know. Okay. Did you get a printout? Yeah. What kind of discussion do you want to have? She says, I do have a printout, just a discussion about everything. I mean, yeah, there should be a DNA test and also a discussion about child support. Sadly. She says, can you take a picture of that? I really want to see it with the name and timestamp and a hospital name on it. People have been asking all sorts of questions. She says, people? He says, friends on Facebook since you posted everything publicly. Oh my God.
the ultrasound.
There's your baby, Stefan.
Being pregnant. So I found out that she is pregnant through a public post on Facebook.
Oh my God.
Of course, I was like...
What?
Highly upset.
Yeah.
I was like completely blindsided.
Okay.
I did not really know if it was real or fake.
Uh-huh.
And subsequently, I made contact again and basically went to talk to her. And then I really gave it a good try.
Wait. I thought... Oh, so the whole beginning part of their communication, she wasn't pregnant? And the baby shower she was talking about was for her sister and not hers? That would have been good to know before going through all of that. So this is how he found out, I guess, that she's pregnant? Why would he assume it's his? Why would he even assume that it's his, though? Okay.
You know, for the sake of the kids, but eventually... very sadly so, like no matter how much I tried, eventually I had to basically leave that whole chapter in my past because of the continued abuse. And, you know, everybody's mental health is valid, and so is mine. And this last clip I'm going to show you guys is from roughly about a year later.
Nobody came here on Stefan, I swear to God, you stay with Cass, I'm gone.
Oh, is that CiCi? If you're staying with Cass, I'm okay. It's getting juicy again. I mean, I don't know why that's so small. Let me make it bigger. If you're staying with Cass, I'm gone. Oh my God, so tiny. Stefan, I swear to God.
Year later.
Nobody came here on Stefan, I swear to God, you stay with Cass, I'm gone. You ain't gonna see your fucking kids. That's so effed up to me, and that's how...
And
what? They having twins?
I still dealt with her for quite some time, and there's more abusive text messages that I don't really want to get into it because this video is my response.
There was a kid in that clip? Oh,
SA
shoot.
allegations.
Stay with Cass, I'm gone.
Oh yeah, by the desk.
You ain't gonna see your fucking kids.
In the pink little kid. Oh jeez. That's not okay.
I still dealt with her for quite some time, and there's more abusive text messages that I don't really want to get into it because this video is my response to SA allegations made by her. And
wouldn't it be really interesting if this is not his first child with her? Because she said, you're not going to see your kids again, plural. What if this is not their first child together?
I have sat silent this whole time because I didn't really feel like...
Listen, just when you think your life is kind of a mess and you really could be doing better, just watch shit like this. You'll feel a lot better. But, I mean, he's willingly putting himself into this situation over and over and over.
That needs to be put on the internet. But unlike last time, there's going to be no lawsuit this time because why would I... go through all that again when the legal system so miserably failed last time. You know, people can lie on
it does
court
sometimes.
And sadly, last time it never went to the courtroom. It never went to discovery. People never were put on the stand under oath. So lying on court documents and exaggerating things was easy. And in this particular case, too, you know, if I were to sue for slander and defamation, it's just a hearsay. And since we're only on social media and since we're only doing this for clicks and likes.
She said the due date was February 24th, 2021. So if it is twins, that could be too, then the children would be 5 years old now.
Likes, you know, for Piggy so that like she can get a response. Is it Piggy or Porky? Because they called her Porky and she called herself Pork Chop. Is Piggy a different person or is it the same person? The viewers are now fully informed of my side of the story.
We are informed, indeed.
And I welcome you in the comments to respond and see what you think. Was that an actual case of SA?
Well, we weren't there and we didn't see anything. I mean, the communication between the both of you is atrocious. So who knows?
Is her reaction and subsequent texts after the supposed SA happened?
Just because you don't respond and you stay quiet doesn't mean that you're not also a psycho. You could just be a quiet one.
Does that tell you a story? Like, can you see how her not getting what she wanted turned...
Exactly, Ramen. We need to see the video. We need to see the sex tape so that we can tell what happened.
A previously okay interaction into something that it was not. And that is the theme of Piggy Stardust, aka Kimberly Howarder.
Oh, that's who it is. Wait a minute. No, that's a different... Piggy and Porky are two different people. So Piggy, Kimberly, was the one that was doing the TikToks by herself, like with the longish hair. And she was named first in the lawsuit. She's the primary defendant.
She likes to take stories and situations and blow them up into something that they aren't.
No, Kim with the boobs is Piggy. And Porky is the one with the yellowish orange hair that was sitting at the table when we looked at the video at his house. Yeah, it's a little confused. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a chart or something. Yeah. Because remember, we still have all of his live streams, and they're not very exciting, but at least we'll kind of know who everyone is. Piggy Stardust. Yes, exactly. Yes.
She likes to recruit people in order to have more voices for her campaign. But what the intelligent viewer needs to understand is that for every story, there's usually three sides, you know?
Yes.
What she is saying, what really happened, and what I'm saying.
True.
And it's 2026. No more bullshit. I'm done being quiet. So
mugshot time.
Any accusation or allegation that's being thrown my way that is completely out of this world, I'm going to respond to. And as usual, I'm going to be the one that's going to respond only if I have the proper
proof. It was twins? Okay.
Because just like Piggy says, if there's no screenshot, it's just hearsay.
Okay. Well, I do like screenshots too, though. I agree with her there. Is there a Hoggathon? Not that I know of. So this woman right here is Piggy, aka Kimberly Howarder. This is Piggy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a chart Because, I mean, this could be our alternative content when Chantal's, like, being herself, you know? And this isn't going to go on forever because I think he's really cracking down. Like, he's not really doing much online, waiting for the documentary to come out because there are so many accusations against him. Independent reporting and third-party review. I can't believe we got through all this. For readers who want an outside summary of the situation, an independent creator later reviewed the available claims, public discussion, and Stefan's response in a 5-part series. Oh my God! Those links are included below so readers can review that reporting directly. The series is presented here as additional context at the end of this page. Readers are encouraged to watch all 5 parts in order. We will not be doing that. But I'm curious who this person is. Oh, it's on TikTok.
My name is CiCi, and I want to come here today.
Oh my God, no. Absolutely not. No. No, thank you. Alyssa Marie TV. No, thanks. No, thanks. I'm all set. Thank you. Okay. Woo! Wow. All right. After the documentary come out, bet there will be several lawsuits. Possibly. Yeah. Oh my God. So, yeah, if you're feeling bad at all about, you know, where your life is at the moment, for whatever reason, you know, romance, finances, baby's mother, okay? At least you're not Stefan. And CiCi, giving C jobs, offering C jobs and not having your offer taken. Refused offers for C jobs, okay? It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I don't even know what happened to the custody. Yeah, what? Oh my God, we have so much to catch up on. That was in 2021. These kids are 5 years old now. Do they live with her? Is he supporting them? Did we get a DNA test? I hope so. Because he could be a mark for that kind of thing, you know? Wow. Yeah, 4 more years to search through. Just civil so far, yes. Yeah. Yeah, no criminal charges were brought. They call it, he said that it's their inside joke to call it a C job. I think it's because her name is CiCi. I don't know. That's my speculation. Everyone else had ideas like corn dog, you know, all kinds of different things. There is a child support battle between them. Oh yeah, Tina T. If you want to send me some links, if you have time, if you feel like it, if you want, that would be very helpful. We can go through that stuff if you want. Interesting. It's all wild. Yeah. Wow. I just feel so prepared for this documentary to come out now. Like, okay, we know all these people and what's going on. And the accusations. Just think, you know, when they sat down with Rosie and she was on screen saying like, but they don't tell you the price that you'll pay, right? We're going to see people like CiCi, the baby's mother. She's going to be on there giving an interview. We're probably going to have Porky, Piggy, Cow, Buffalo. Rosie has never been to Pearadise. But Rosie does have personal experience in the feeder community, and I think that's why she was included, to get her perspective on things outside of Pearadise. That's my understanding. But they invited her, and she went out there, so. Like, I mean, the HBO ID network, not Stefan. Yeah. Oh, we're definitely going to watch it. Of course we are. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. Wow. Interesting. So, you know, getting started on that. Okay. Chantal's going to go on kick later after she eats another 6 breakfast sandwiches, probably. I'm going to see Magwencia. I'm going to see. There's definitely going to be copyright issues. And I guess some creators are saying they're going to stream it on Discord. And I've tried doing stuff on members only and still have the stream interrupted and taken down for copyright things. So I don't know if I'll be able to, but maybe clips. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Everyone, thank you again so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know if I'll be back for Chantal. I want to spend some time outside with the pups. Okay. Yeah, everyone drink your water. Stay hydrated. Yes. Okay. And I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Yes, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.
See you around.
Go sub.
like, share, subscribe.